with your mother.
Hello, everybody. It is just me, RDB, and to the right of me, we replace Zach with the one, the only, Mr. Eric Breen.
Oh,
Oh, yes. How's it going, Eric?
I have the books to talk about tonight.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one then, I guess.
I think so.
All right. Let's talk about the worst book of the week. The liberal trash. No, this book decided to, get a little political. Eric. Started off good. I'm like, great, zombie, great. It's mainly it's taking place in the I guess you'd say between North Korea and South Korea. They have the little military zone over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the stories going on, and this one soldier, basically North Korean soldier, is questioning, if he's being lied to or not because of the zombie outbreak. They already killed one guy. He feels bad because they've never killed anybody, but it was, of course, it was a zombie. So and like he's just questioning everything. They hear a thing over the radio because they're doubling up on the outpost. They hear a thing on radio that's saying that South Korean government's not telling you everything, and if you're in North Korea, they're not telling you anything. This other lady, the nurse, was called to this house because they don't want. The grandma is acting a little bad, and she gnawed her foot off. So, this guy, the writer, was actually handpicked by George Romero's wife to basically write this prequel. He'd already wrote in a book too. So they brought him on. There is a Russian cop here, basically confronting his sister. He basically she's known as the Bear, and I guess he basically thought that she was child trafficking. It turns out she's not. She's just running a brothel. But then we have the flight attendants like, oh, they're not telling us everything, so let's have a meeting. The one thing I forgot about this is the one flight attendant ends up, I forgot that she's actually trans. Did not pick up on that at first in the first book. If I did, I completely forgot about it. So. Which normally isn't the issue, but in this one they decided to basically show a little bit of sex between a guy and the trans character. They're hooking up. The nurse ends up basically coming across the boy here, and this is what triggered me because you see that over left corner.
What about I see a guy and a girl, and a guy's got a gun.
Do you know where that's from? They're making fun of. That's the couple that got their guns taken away when they're in the riots. Leave our employee around, and they turn them into racists. It's your kind gave them the disease, basically.
Did they forget that those people were leftists?
Yeah, I know, right? So I don't know if they're trying to make them into conservative or what.
Well, it's a straight white couple. What do you think?
And there you go. Here's the love scene, Basically talking about, there's really nothing wrong with it other than I just forgot that it's a dude with a dude. So, overall, though, the art is pretty good, though, in this. I'm kind of liking it. So, this is the preview of next week's issue. So, other than that, though, it wasn't that bad, but I mean, it wasn't that great either. It's kind of it's one of those books, if you're familiar with the first one, Year Zero, or it's an ongoing. They take 5 characters, and each issue is basically like all of them together, and from their point of view, it keeps rotating. Which to me is like just give them each their own issue, and at the end have 4 characters. Have the 5th book just be those characters crossing over together, But basically, this is all different parts of the world. But anyway, yeah, not that great of a book. That's why it's kind of at the top here. I guess would be the bottom. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that was my number 12.
Light week.
Yeah, light week. Compared, the fact that they got, next week's going to be a little bit annoying because they got 5 new books coming out. So this is not bad, but the reason it's down lower on the pile because it's basically a filler episode to me. Not much happened. I was kind of annoyed by that. I was like, really? This is issue 3. I understand they're setting it up for the 4th one. There's a fight scene. They figure out who the girl is that's basically been trying to frame Joanne. And I can't really show you. I can show you. Okay, I'll show you this. I'll cover the part that's nudity. But yeah, so basically, it's overall the story's been okay, but it's like this is the most action you're getting in here, in this book, and overall, it's just me. It was kind of a filler episode, and like I said,
filler issues in a 6-issue series is annoying enough.
But a 4-issue,
put one in a 4-issue. Like I said, I am not overly impressed with this series at all.
The first series was better.
And I wasn't that big on the first one.
I know. So, preview for next week's issue. And then I can't really show you some of the most there is. Like, the art here is good, but like I said, like, probably I can't show you because there is nudity in this book. Real quickly, if you quick pause, there you go. Yeah. Like I said, hopefully the last issue makes up for it. But that's why it's at number 12. All right. Actually, no, that was that. Was that number
11?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, because that was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah, that was 11. All right, cool. Too many books. All right. So number 10. New series, picked it up. Overall, I kind of enjoyed it for being a new issue. This is by a writer. You can see her here, David M. Boer. Never heard of him, but overall, it's these kids come across this old magazine and has like an ad for like what you call these basic magic glasses.
Oh
yeah. So kind of cool. And like, yeah. And they're like, do you think, like, yeah, the guy's asking, do you think it's under the end? He's like, it's older book, and why would you want that? It's like, it says whoever holds, wears the glasses can see their wish, wish for something and it'll come true. And so the one kid, he's like, he's a bully, he's getting bullied. We find out that the main character is gay, but other than that, it's just, I don't know why they had announced that he's gay, but
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I know, but it's as far as it goes with that though. He's being picked on, but not because he's gay. It's just because one of the kids is a bully. That's the way it is in school. Racist white teacher.
But they want you to connect those dots.
Yes.
That's why they let you know he was gay.
Yes, and of course they have the racist white principal.
Of course they do.
Because the black kid who's offending the gay kid gets in trouble. So there are some flaws. But that being said, though, I do like the concept as far as the glasses, because what happens is at 2:00 in the morning, like, he basically gets a package here for the glasses, which he never even ordered. His friend says, he's like, well, like, dude, you got the glasses? Like, isn't that kind of weird? Like, they showed up. He's like, I'm thinking that too. So they start using it. Of course, what kids do, they start wishing for, being able to basically play Infinite Lives in an arcade game, free ice cream, all your stupid silly stuff. And towards the end, they're confronted by the bully in the park, and he wishes for basically his friend takes the glasses and says, I wish he would just go away, and the kid ends up being disappeared. This is a flashback story because the very beginning, the actual older kid is older, and he's basically confessing, that 30 years ago that's what happened. So I can tell you a story about this kid. So I'm not really sure where they're going to go with this.
Well, it sounds like a neat idea that's completely sabotaged by virtue signaling.
Yes.
And that's, you take out the I said the virtue signaling and you might have something there, but I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm not giving any more money to people that are writing things, telling, because again, there's no subtlety. He's representing all cops are bad, but in this case, it's a principal. And it's like, I'm so sick of every white older man being a bad guy and some 20-something person that grew up on social media
Yeah.
and in chat rooms think because that's what they've been spoon-fed their whole life.
But the reason I picked this up because the cover, because I was like, dude, this is like kind of like They Live.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, oh, it's great. Me and Ash were talking about this, and I figured, you know what? I don't know the writer. Don't really know anything he's written for. Once again, this is David M. Booher. Sounds like a made-up name, but Booher.
Oh.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, it's too bad that he had to. I said it. Yeah.
All right.
Because it's just so obvious now. So yeah, I said it's
Right.
Oh
yeah,
well,
yeah.
Well, what's next?
All right. While I'm doing that, do you want to send Ash the link? You able to do that?
I don't know how to do that.
You don't
If
know how to do that?
Is he there?
He just asked me. Yeah.
Oh.
So I got a Sky Guy. Fire up the Discord. So. All right. Unless he comes on the chat. There he is. Pops in the chat. Makes it easier for me. I'll just drop the link in there. If somebody decides they want to come backstage and harass me, go ahead. I have nothing else better to do. I'll just show up books, ignore you. All right. There's a link. You filthy animal. All right. Close Discord. And open thing. All right, cool. All right. That was number 11. So we're on 10. See, I'm bad at these countdown things. All right. This is number 9. Never really read anything with these characters before, but apparently they're two, I guess, siblings or just immortal goddesses that started out playing games. One is for chaos. The other one is Lady Hell. She's basically rules as far as the death, realm of death. She's a reaper, almost kind of like. And that what happens is that she ends up losing her powers. The scales of it are unbalanced. Chaos is now in charge, and it's basically her just trying to basically figure out a way to get her powers back. And at the end, spoiler, she ends up not getting them back, but she ends up getting killed. So, yeah. I think I dated both of them, Chaos and Death. Oh. What's up, MP Road Goddess? I only forget to count on Thursdays. All right. This Ash, the Salad Kid? What the heck? Oh, let me mute you first.
3, 2, 1.
You know you did it wrong. You're supposed to do a 3, 2, 1, then open the can, right?
No.
Changing it up now?
No, it's always been this way. You would know if you watch my channel.
Well, no, that's I'm just saying that's how we do it here on this channel.
I know you mess it up.
We'll tell you how you do things.
Oh. How's it going?
All right.
Well, I said Vegman's done 4 books, and 2 of them have been full of virtue signaling and spoiling otherwise decent books, and I think we're on number 8.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of virtue signaling.
Did you read this?
Truth or Liberty? Liberty.
This is Sentinel Liberty. This is Steve Rogers. This isn't Sam Wilson cosplaying Captain America.
That's the Captain America that doesn't stand for truth.
The cosplay one? Yeah, the other one? No.
He's the one that stands for liberty. The other one stands for truth, but not liberty.
Oh. I'm sure Zach will go more into this, but this is just hey, let's have Bucky and Cap fight each other. the whole entire issue.
Yeah, and this didn't they reveal that like a Scott Snyder like conspiracy where Bucky's parents were killed by shadowy figures to blah blah blah. Yeah,
No. This is
is that the other one?
This is basically going one step further than Coates and saying there's the Shield. They had a secret meeting to it. There's 5 points of order, like or people around here that basically control everything.
Just
Whisper Network.
Just shut it down. just
It started off.
Just get rid of the character.
Like I said, it started off interesting. So
it started off him getting lectured by college kids that just voted for. Never mind.
Wow.
I don't want to say I told you so.
No, I'm enjoying it. So, all right. But no, the problem with the ending though is as I said, and I don't really want to. I'll let Zach decide if he wants to do the ending for this. But like I said, it's nothing I haven't seen before. Kelly and Lansing usually do pretty good, but this series is starting to get weaker and weaker. I'd go check out Brubaker. Go check out Winter Soldier if you want to read a book about Bucky versus Cap, and actually being good. So, hey, and they actually did it for the first time there. This is like the zillionth time, right?
I said, Marvel is creatively dead.
Yes.
And I will be sure to bring that up to Zach while he's slurping Fantastic Four.
Yes. And then apparently this, the next one I got here, number 7. I don't know what to make from this. This is JT to Mattis. The reason I picked it up because it's right after the Kraven's Last Hunt, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But it says the synopsis is that after this is right after Ben Reilly became the Spider-Man. Peter Parker didn't have his powers, basically decided to move to Oregon with Mary Jane, who was pregnant. So that's the setup right there.
Yeah, what's that got to do with Kraven's Last Hunt?
Well,
I'll answer that. Nothing. They're trading on the name. Even I know DeMatteis wrote the first one, but
that's because Sergei's back. They brought Sergei back.
Of course they did.
But is it really Sergei though?
It doesn't matter.
No. But Sergei's not the villain in this book though. It's the person that brought him back.
But Eric, this isn't the last hunt. This is the lost hunt.
Yes, I can see that. And I'm sure whoever it was that brought him back is some white dude.
No, it's not.
Took a break from being being the bad guy on a Law and Order episode.
That's the villain. Who actually is a character from a different book that was on the series. Actually, so it's an original character. I forgot what his name is. Though. They don't really say in here. Let's just say it towards the end. There we go. Grim Hunter, that's what it is.
Later on, we'll be talking about a book that traffics in the past and does it flawlessly. So,
out of the KSR book, we had Grim Hunter. Basically, this is during the 90s. So he's actually bringing back an original character. So that I'm thankful for. They're not, just making up a new character and just doing all. But like I said, this character, his whole entire he wants vengeance on Spider-Man, Peter Parker. For basically the Kraven's Last Hunt. He basically is upset with that. Peter's trying to basically deal with being back to being his normal self without being Spider-Man. He has just basically MJ wants him just to move on, because right now she's pregnant, and once she's done with that, and then they can figure it out, But he's kind of having nightmares, mainly because it's affected by this guy. But Grim Hunter basically has been basically blowing mist into their place, basically leaving chemicals, which is weird because it only affects Peter, it doesn't affect Mary Jane. So so there are plot holes in this. Like I said, I probably won't pick up the next one. I just wanted to try it out because you know what? So far the Spider-Man books have been. His last one was the Ben Reilly one, Scarlet Spider.
Yeah,
and that was good. This one starting off pretty rough here. I don't know if I'll probably even want to continue.
Well, it's got a decent credit list on there. The J.M. DeMatteis.
Yeah, and the artist is Messias or Eater Messias.
I want to hear more about this killer salad. Since Mariko Tamaki has entered the chat, let's
Yes.
Oh, is she? Yeah.
It's a Chinese chicken salad, man. I am becoming a salad king. This is better than restaurant quality.
Now I picked this up. Dan Jurgens' new book, Lord of the Jungle. I gotta say, I kind of enjoyed it.
There's not going to be 5 books better than that. What are you doing?
Overall, though, I'm not a huge Tarzan fan. That's why it's not number 6.
You know why you didn't like that?
Because it's on Action Pass.
No, because there was no Jane in a bikini.
That's what I was just gonna say. It didn't have enough female skin.
I don't think there wasn't a girl in there unless you count the ape that raised him.
Well, there was the mother.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her. But she went.
Overall, I was enjoying it. The end, I'm kind of weirded out because I'll let you. Obviously, this is one you read. What you like?
Hey, did you notice this would have fit in with Marvel Spotlights 2 and 5 because the mother croaked off in the first issue.
I know. Overall, I'll say it is interesting because the fact that I never really watched Tarzan. I really don't really know much about Tarzan than what I've seen and here and there, some from comic books or I watched one of the black and white ones. I can't remember what it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm not a big Tarzan fan either,
but so him learning
how
how
for the writer.
Yeah. Same here. That's why I got it. So it's not a bad book. It's still a good book. It's just I had other books that I read though that I enjoyed more. And it doesn't mean they're better. It's all the ones. It's just for me personally, I'm going by what I was entertained by.
I like the cover.
Yeah. Yes. The only good ape is a dead ape.
Wow. You're an apist.
The artist kind of reminded me of Jack Geis.
And that's the thing too. I don't know what Jack Geis is, but it said the art and then the interiors.
The Action Comics run right around the death of Superman.
Okay. Before or after? Because I haven't
the late 600s and early 700s.
Okay, because I haven't got to the death of Superman.
Well, okay. Did you read this 30th anniversary?
I did read that.
You had a story in that.
Okay. Was it the one with Roger Stern?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's a phenomenal artist.
But like I said, the art here, look at this, is like yeah. And I literally got chills kind of like reading this because of the fact that the art actually fits. It looks like it's an really old ones, like they look almost like the Dell books.
That's a better artist than anybody doing a Marvel book right now.
Than DC or anything else, really.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
Like,
pretty humiliating for Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, I only know Disney Tarzan. That's pretty much my knowledge too. Like I watched that a long time ago, but that's pretty much about it. But overall, though, I said like it's.
Wait, you never saw Greystoke?
The hell's that?
What? Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan. Well, is it? I think. What is? Help me out, Eric.
I've never
Greystoke. You never saw Greystoke?
No. I'm not a Tarzan fan.
Oh,
I've read some, but yeah, I've seen.
But it was a good movie. It was like Christopher Lambert.
There was a series of movies where an ex-Pittsburgh Steeler played him, where he basically came to the city, and I watched a couple of those. But I'm not a big jungle guy necessarily, but I'm familiar with the lore, and I actually like the DC Tarzans.
I mean, look at this. This right there, I see them with the eye missing. I'm like, oh crap, that's the bad guy right there, the bad monkey. If it wasn't for that monkey, his parents would be alive.
But there is now Tarzan is a character you're never going to see another movie from.
I don't know about that.
No chance. They're not going to have a white guy who's the Lord of the Jungle, and they sure as hell aren't going to race swap him.
The last one I saw, I don't think I even watched the last one. Alexander Skarsgård.
Yes, but they can make him gay.
I don't even think that's enough. I think that character's done.
He can be trans.
Guys,
They can be in that. They can be in the first book that Venkman reviewed.
Why would you think of that? He'd probably just sleep with the apes. And all you raise is one. You think you are one. You like one. So overall, like I said, it's a decent read. The art is spectacular in this.
Now tell me, did you listen to Phil Collins while you read it?
I sang it. But now,
Come on.
Eric,
That was a good Disney reference.
yes. I can also feel the love tonight too, as I get to these next ones. And this is where Eric rolls his eyes.
So, by the way, Ash, do you want to be Statler or Waldorf tonight?
I'm Statler, I thought.
Okay.
Is there a difference?
I don't know.
One's got a mustache, the other one's bald. Wait, they're both bald. So,
Well, Eric has more hair than I do.
I enjoyed this. Like I said, this is setting up for the final battle, or at least one of the final battles. This is Batman versus basically facing against all the Robins. They're under some spell, and basically they're because the demon over is basically making them reveal like their deepest, darkest hatreds for Bruce. The one thing that caught me off guard is
So is Tim's deepest, darkest hatred of Bruce all those icky women he dates?
I don't know. Why don't you ask the guy from the jungle here?
What's up?
He's a sailor.
Sailor, what are you talking about? I'm a lumberjack, sir.
Look, it's Richie Cunningham with a beard.
That's pretty good.
So, like
Good
I said,
Lord, Zach.
I know, this is only 2 weeks. Actually, less than 2 weeks. It's only been 10 days.
Zach,
Wow.
you read these?
I did. I didn't get that cover,
Okay.
unfortunately. But I did get the book.
So basically, Tim's biggest gripe in this is that he was replaced by Damien.
Yeah.
That was the biggest gripe. I would have thought that because Bruce got rid of his coffee maker, because Tim's he said he hasn't here. Tim's always been good at detective, but he sucks at fighting.
So Stephanie was a Robin. It's her biggest gripe that she was replaced by Bernard.
She was
No,
replaced. No, because she
Yeah.
was fired basically.
Yeah, she's the only Robin that was let go. Or
But,
that was
but
fired.
Bruce even says in this, he said I probably could have been helped her out more, but I being still what I am, I didn't have the patience where Nightwing has the patience and all.
Wow, so she got let go by Bruce and Tim.
Oof.
The funny part was is that Jason Todd gets his gas kicked real fast on this part.
Dumb.
But overall, though, the art is good in this book. Minus I don't know why the weird pig's in there for, but apparently
That's the guy from, he's in Monkey Prince.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. But
Which
like
I'm
I
not
said-
reading, but I just knew.
No. Yeah. So here's the Nightwing versus them fighting. No. Overall,
DC doesn't respect Jason.
nor should we.
Yeah, he
I like
should.
Jason. I like Jason. Jason's all right.
Who kicks his ass?
Batman.
Damn it is.
Yeah,
I'm
no
busy.
problem with that.
Yeah, that's how it should be. If anyone's going to kick his butt,
Batman
it should
should
be Batman.
be able to kick all their asses.
He
pretty
says,
convincingly.
as far as
He does.
Jason, he feels like he created another Joe Chill with him by not being more hands-on. But the fact he couldn't come to terms with actually confronting Jason when he came back looking for him. Once he found out he was still around.
Isn't Jason the one Robin that could stand up to Batman?
I mean, physically,
when he became Red Hood.
You mean like in a
he gave-
fight?
Yeah,
when he became Red Hood,
yeah.
he gave Batman a run for his money.
Dick
Well,
too,
he-
yeah.
all
Well,
of them.
because-
Dick can.
Yeah, Dick can. Jason will kill. I mean, he used guns for a while. I don't know if he still does
But,
kill,
yeah, I
that
think,
was the
like,
thing he used to.
Dick could take Jason. It would just take him a while to do it.
Yeah.
And I
So
think that Jason Todd could probably
So
take Tim.
basically, this you're learning more about Bruce's inner monologue thoughts as he goes around. It's like playing Injustice. You're battling your way. They get to the end. You go through each character and you progress the story. And at the end, you just see him. And he's like, "Yep, I'm just gonna go walk through the cave there. I'm done."
Oh, I was about to say, why are you showing us that Wildcat
Who's
solicit?
older in DC continuity now, Damian or Tim?
I think it's still Tim.
Tissel Tim.
Yeah.
What, about 4 months now?
It doesn't look. It does not look. I will say, it does not look like it's nearly the age gap that it should be. It looks
No,
like
because he's 15 now.
who? Damien or
Who is?
Tim?
No, Tim.
Oh, is
He's
he
been
really?
He's been aged down to about 15, 16 tops.
Yeah, they look like because Damien looks like he might be 12, like a really tall 12-year-old or 13-year-old maybe.
I said that issue where he came out when he's all twinkly and no muscles, and now in the new book, he just, like I said, he looks like one of Scott Pilgrim's sidekicks.
Now, prior to Super Sons, Damien was 13.
Yeah.
Prior to Super Son.
And I
Actually,
think,
wasn't
I think
he?
in-
I thought he was 10 years old in Super Sons.
I think
wasn't he 10?
no,
John
was 10.
was.
Oh, John
I think
was.
in the Super Sons era, they moved him up to 14.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So
They
he
both
was
were
the
14,
older. So
actually, yeah.
he was the older one of the two.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
So-
I didn't know
that was kind
I
of
thought they
how
were
the
same age.
dynamic that I thought made it work really well because Damien was, like a budding teenager, a little bit more wise, a little bit just more kind of understanding how like who he was and stuff like, and Jonathan was more of just like the naive kid, like a 10-year-old, but he also had that raw power. So like that balanced it out where Tim was kind of like, or I keep saying Tim, Damien was like the wiser, the craftier, and Jonathan was just kind of more like the little brother, kind of like, oh, whatever you like, and just because if the ages had been reversed, it just would have been silly.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
All right. So my number 4 of the week is the new Moon Knight issue.
Yo, let's go. I dug this one actually.
Straight out, basically, Moon Knight just showing that he is a badass, beating up people, outsmarting them. This is what I want to see from heroes. Not always getting their ass kicked. For like 4 or 5 issues.
This is you.
No.
No, Frenchie.
No.
Why does he not need a pilot?
Frenchie's not in here before because Liv Mendes or the guy before him decided to say "fuck you" to Frenchie and kicked him out.
You know, Frenchie likes Tim Drake and Bernard.
He says "a la va" to Frenchie.
You know who also likes Bernard? Santa Claus.
Mm.
Ah, that's the good Bernard. I think he's going to be in the Santa Claus show actually on Disney Plus.
So straight up, basically Hunter Moon in the last issue was basically supposedly killed, but Moon Knight, but we all know that the fists of Khonshu never die. So even though he had freaking multiple stab wounds, crowbars, and also going in his body, he tries to get revenge, but it's just by doing a Ghost Rider. It's basically with the chain and just dragging both of them back to basically the mansion. I forget what it's called.
The Midnight Mission.
The Midnight Mission, but the house is basically alive, so he brings them in there. Kind of like the House of Mystery, I think it was that Constantine was using. And what it does, the house actually starts preying on basically these vampires with special powers. It says like, you guys think you're great, but guess what? You're not back on Earth anymore, or something like that. So
The art's pretty cool in that
yeah.
book.
The art's really nice.
Overall, like, yeah, it's been pretty cool. Like I said, like, and I love how the house basically, like the mansion, basically messes with their minds. Like the one, he's like, oh, she basically like, I grew up in this place, like I'm the best is, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh shit,
Who's writing that book?
this is Jed
Jed
McKay.
McKay.
Okay.
With Cappuccino is no,
Cappuccino.
it's Capuccio, I think it is.
Is it Capuccio?
I
Yeah, Capuccio.
Alessandro Capuccio.
I think so.
probably butchering it wrong. Who cares? Overall, like I said, it's like he basically like at the end of it, like he's like he took the two guys, the most scariest ones that basically beat him up.
That guy
And-
gets the mummy treatment, man. He like
Yeah,
has
the
the scarabs go in
scarabs.
his mouth. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I see you later. He's peeking up those. Basically, yeah, he basically takes him down a notch, and I just love the art in this. Every time they show Moon Knight here, it's like I just love that.
Yeah.
It's got a really good like mood to it.
Mm-hmm.
Very dark, very kind of.
But also, it's dark. But I like the way his cape always glow, like it's reflecting the moon,
The
like the
lunar,
moon
yeah.
reflects, like the moon reflects light. I think
But-
that's
but
the art
Moon
style's really cool.
Knight.
But I love it though because it's pretty much in this issue. He's pretty much like Batman. He's just like you thought you're great. Guess what? You're not as tough as you thought you were. Basically, just to stop a whole vampire plot. And at the end here, he basically throws the vampires through the skylight. He's like, "Here, I brought a present." Interrupting the guy, the one guy, he's got the vampires wants to basically become one of the Cabal.
Can you open that to that page again? The promoting the new Scarlet Witch series.
That's Steve Orlando, and that's why I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
I missed the Frank Cho cover of Scarlet Witch.
When did she become prepubescent?
I don't know.
She's
Kinda-
12.
She looks like a high schooler.
She
Yeah.
looks like she's starring in Fables.
No, the women in Fables actually have breasts.
It's true.
But did you see this though?
Are you gonna spoil the last page?
No.
Oh, the last page was dope. Oh yeah, Joe Fixit
Peter David.
from Peter David and
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah.
But is Marlowe in it? That's gonna be the
Yeah.
key deciding factor for me.
No,
anyway.
but that's not even the other one. This is the kind of quality they'd probably put if it was actually a real comic book.
Oh my god.
The Dashers. What the hell is this?
It's a DoorDash ad.
Yeah.
is what it
Oh
is.
my goodness.
Ash thought it was a legitimate comment.
I was gonna
Dude,
say
it's
that's
Marvel Comics. Like
That's-
That's true. It's true.
that's the best promo I've seen in the book yet.
Did you see it? They had to put advertisement at the top so people know it's fake.
Maybe, I thought maybe he was going to cross over with Joe Fixit.
John C. Riley.
Joe Fixit and the Dashers.
Yeah.
Joe Fixit
Wow.
orders food. It doesn't
wish-
come in time.
I wish my
It's
Dashers were
on.
that attractive.
The old
You
guy
have
with the
Dashers?
mustache.
No, not that guy. The two girls.
So
It's
My
okay, Zach. It's a
my
new
top-
world.
my top three, and it's issue 6 out of 7. There's only one more after this. And
Thank
it's
God.
No, there's not. Is it really only 7?
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
Just overall, just really enjoyed this. Seeing a lot of the JSA come back, villains actually working together. The cool thing, I believe it. Yeah, you have, like I said, people are complaining about Clark Kent coming back and helping Jonathan. Basically, like, hey, God. The sad thing about this book is that I really wanted. This is the version I want Jonathan basically going against these characters, but actually, gets his ass kicked. I want him doing this stuff, and he should have been doing this instead of being the pro-gay activist, all that crap. It had nothing to do with being a superhero.
Maybe
want
if
him-
we'd had Joshua Williamson writing his series. we
And
would've
it's
gotten
sad
that.
because this is the John we could have had.
Where's Jay Nakamura?
Nowhere to be found.
No one found in
Well,
this book
then I have
whatsoever.
no interest.
That's funny.
He just, it's little things here, like, with his dad, giving memories when he's younger, talk to him, and just thinking about stuff. And like I said, as he goes ahead, despite everybody else's warnings, it basically just goes to basically fight.
It's all the Superman. It's all the Superman villains. I think
Yeah.
they fights, huh? It's like
Yeah.
Darkseid, Doomsday, and somebody else.
Yeah, Darkseid, Doomsday, and he's just about to, die. And he's like, I hope you're proud of me, Dad. I bought everyone time, but I hope you're proud of me. And then at the very last minute, it's, as his dad shows up and like they're going against Doomsday together,
And Doomsday is going to take out both of them, and that's when Jay is going to show up to save everyone.
But overall, like I said, this is a moment I would have had if they never would have screwed up John. This would have been much more entertaining. But the fact that I know we're never gonna get this John ever again in any other book by any other writer, and yeah, then here comes all the heroes back.
That's cool. That is a cool
Why-
panel.
Why?
I like
wait,
that.
What's the context? Why is John fighting? Doomsday?
John is holding off the bad guys while Mr. Terrific and somebody else get this machine powered up that takes out Dark Pariah, who is the big bad
Yeah,
guy.
because he basically wanted to create the multiverse again. And doing this, he basically, we thought he killed the Justice League, but he basically trapped him in other worlds, So through the work of Barry and Hal Jordan, they brought him back just at the right time. It's basically like Endgame. We're here to help.
Kind
No,
of.
I'm just
It's very
wondering why he's
Yeah.
fighting Doomsday.
Because
Oh, yeah,
because
go ahead.
it was a shadow construct basically created by both from a different universe by Pariah.
Okay,
And he had also had
so it's
Darkseid.
not real Doomsday.
Yeah. It's not the
Not real Doomsday, not real Darkseid, but
No.
shadow constructs of all
You know,
these
the
big
sad
bad
thing
guys.
about everything you've just said, and I'm being completely serious now. This actually doesn't sound bad, but in a company that lets people like Megan Fitzmartin write the trash that she does, and Gary Whitta write the shit that he does,
Yeah.
it diminishes stuff that's actually good.
Yeah,
We get like Roy's alive again. So when he
Yay!
finally sees
But at what cost?
Black
Who's not in the panel, Vinkman? That's the
When they-
one thing I didn't like about that.
yeah, when they show Black Canary, because what is it? Because and the other one, they're all together. Oliver said was holding Black Canary's hand, but we don't see Black Canary. Because he says, "Where's Oliver?" And we still don't know, so we don't know what happened to Oliver. But the only complaint about this is my maker play. This is a huge spoiler if you haven't read this book. But
huge,
look
Don't
what they did.
huge
Look
spoiler.
what they did. Not Darkseid, but basically
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Because
And he
when
looks
Pariah
like
died, the spirit that basically gave him was Pariah's powers was transferred over to Deathstroke, and Deathstroke just wants to kill all the legacy characters. He's basically Ash on comics.
Yeah,
I'm not
he
kidding.
is. He is.
I'm
You're
not
right.
kidding.
He is Ash.
He said-
Ash, you are now Deathstroke, sir, or Ash Stroke, or Death Ash. I don't know. Ash Wilson.
Because I remember it was a panel here. He said he's like,
There was. Yeah, I remember there was one where he talked about killing legacy heroes or legacy or something. And I remember reading that and reading the road Legacy, and the first person I thought of was Ash.
well, see, I don't actually technically consider Nightwing a legacy character.
He's not. No, I don't consider him one either.
Probably the best we can make out of that is Slash.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. Slash on comics.
Yep. He's like, is he? Yeah.
I got a pretty good idea what your 2 and 1 is going to be.
I'm kind of curious now.
Yeah, here it is. He says, I think at the final corner page. You promised the end of the legacy heroes, not the return of a bunch of worlds.
Yeah, there it is. Yep.
The biggest problem that DC has, and also not completely serious, is they have a huge Deathstroke problem.
Too much
He's
Deathstroke.
kind of the new Joker.
He's whatever the writer wants him to be,
They don't know what to do with him.
and it's time to retire that character for a long stretch.
Yeah, he needs to go take a long, long sleep.
he's almost like Punisher.
Well,
Or
I
Joker.
can't go that far because they put Deathstroke in the forefront of giant storylines. Marvel hasn't done that with Punisher in forever.
That's because Punisher used to be problematic, and now he's serving the agenda.
Right, but I'm saying, like I said, Deathstroke is like the guy at the end in the penultimate chapter of this book.
You got it. You spent the money, huh?
Yeah, I might as well.
You found something better than that.
Well, this
I
is
know-
the
I
one that
know what
has.
it-
Oh,
I know
that's
what
actually.
I know what it is, and I don't agree, but
That's actually
good with
pretty.
Either way,
It's all the original writers coming back and writing actual good stories.
Wait, did Eric get that too?
Don't know if he did or not.
maybe.
I don't know if he did.
Did
But
Eric
I-
spend $11 on a new comic?
Eric also read Amazing Spider-Man.
This is the original.
I didn't buy that. Remember, Ash, I work at a comic shop. I get a tremendous discount.
So the Life of Superman by Dan Jurgens with Brett Breeding. doing the finishes. But
That's
Dan
a name.
Jurgens does the script, the pencil also. Then there's Jerry Ordway does the script with Tom Grummett. Then Roger Stern with Butch Geiss did a story too. And then there's Lee Simonson with John Bogdanove.
That was the team from Superman Man of Steel.
Okay, I didn't read that one. I haven't got this far back. Or
So are we gonna? The question I have is every 5 years are we gonna revisit this?
I don't know, but
Well,
I'm getting,
35th
no,
anniversary of Death Superman, 40th anniversary of Death of Superman.
I don't remember him revisiting it for the first 30. So
Yeah,
That's
fine with
true.
True, no.
That's true.
Well,
that's
5
the
years
first time I
ago,
recall.
remember DC was in the middle of rebirth and they didn't need gimmicks to sell comics.
The great thing about this first story is that we get young Jonathan Kent in here.
it. Ash, what was great about this book is they literally had the people. I didn't buy it Wednesday. You know why? I thought it was a reprint
No,
because it was literally the same people that were doing the books 30 years ago.
although they did do a reprint of Death Superman, it came out as well before like $4.
Yeah,
Also 5 years ago, they actually did do a real Death of Superman, which I think was even better.
Yeah, the movie is great.
No, the comic.
Oh.
They actually killed Superman.
they croaked off New 52 Superman.
So the main story
Yeah.
of this, and if you, I don't, Breen, I don't know if you're going to read it or not. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you, so plug your ears, I guess, or just take your hearing aids out.
Spoiler alert: Superman gets killed by Doomsday.
What?
No. So basically,
Dang it, guys!
Jonathan Kent is upset because his parents. He found out about his dad died all those years ago, but his parents never told me. He found out because basically his teacher was talking about it. There, it's one of the things, and then they showed some pictures.
Another teacher giving away information that the parents should tell the kids, not
Right?
the teachers.
So she says the reason I didn't tell you because it was the worst day of my life, and your father's. It's really he doesn't really like talk about it either. So we both kind of move on, and just are just happy to both have each other, basically.
Also, we abandoned you in space for 7 years, and
they
we're
hadn't
terrible
done
parents.
that yet. Bendis
No.
wasn't there yet.
So basically, what happens is that a construction worker, basically in the first issue, apparently had kept a piece of Doomsday's or his horns that came off, and all these years it was a souvenir, and it started rapidly changing him. So he started into a new version of Doomsday, more stronger, more evolved. It wasn't until basically Lois discovered it basically by looking because one of the structures recognized his voice because this Doomsday has a different voice than the other one. So
I see. Every 5 years, Eric. Every 5 years, Doomsday. That's what they need. Every 5 years, Doomsday comes back.
And at least we got
5 years ago, Ash, they got clever. They put clock after it.
Hey, I like Doomsday Clock.
No, I'm just saying this is a clever. I can see idea. They're going to do the anniversary, but find a way that Doomsday comes back because that was kind of the thing about Doomsday, right? Was that
he was a one and done,
Yeah.
pretty much.
no, that the how he was created was through like hyper evolution. He would constantly be subjected to like craziest forces.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then come back stronger each time. And
Yeah, because they gave him 4 arms in this one, right?
So yeah,
He's the Doomsday Bug. He's got like 6 appendices.
he's
this
Goro
Doomsday. No,
Doomsday.
this Doomsday.
Goro.
This Doomsday was a human that was basically being transformed by the piece of Doomsday he had within his. It was basically radiation was transforming him, and so basically,
The
as Superman
incredible
has-
Doomsday.
Doomsday
You know,
Smash.
at least I know in 5 years, Ashbones will have a channel still.
Aw.
Meg, do me a
Whoa.
favor.
That was mean.
Do me a favor. Let me take it from there when I get to it, since I have a much shorter list.
Yes, I'll let you do that.
Because I want to see the obvious number one.
Obviously, I gotta say this though. Nothing I read here felt like it was phoned in.
No.
Oh, it just felt
Nice.
like a legitimate blast to the past.
Let's just put it this
To
way.
post-crisis, Zach.
I'm out of drink. I don't have anything to drink.
I slurped this so
Yeah.
hard that Dan Jurgens liked my tweet slurping
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
It's a fun book. I
Impressive.
really enjoyed it. I pre-ordered the Death Superman hardcover, the deluxe oversized one. It's coming out. It's like $40.
So it was definitely worth the $11.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Well,
for
now
you.
I know that Superman died. I mean, I'm kind of spoiled. I'm not that. I'm just gonna get to the
I
1992.
don't even need to buy the book now. I know.
But
Super-
the
Yeah,
other
you
one,
do.
the book that basically surpassed this. As much as I
Yeah,
love that,
I need to. I
surpassed
need to see what this one is.
Oh, if you can't guess,
Oh, of course.
the New Golden Age with Jeff Johns. It is just a fun book too.
I love that cover.
I'm more biased to JSA, even though I love Post Crisis Superman.
drink.
I don't have any. I drank all my drink.
You drink all.
But
I drank all my drink.
basically someone's going around and killing out basically people and they're at the timeline. And this is basically the little girl here, and it's funny because I was talking about Huntress the other night.
You were.
Helena Wayne is in here, and she's basically someone going around. Kind of looks like Zach with orange, red hair.
Excuse you?
Yeah, look at that. Look at it. Looks just like him, right?
No, he looks like Per Degaton. I kept thinking he was Per Degaton
Yeah.
because he's a time traveler that has tried to
But
kill people.
I love this.
Hang on a second. Black Cat, you clearly didn't see my response the last time you. I am a health machine.
So I like this though. Behind the scenes, and when they first took the photo,
Hey, those
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
the 4-color fossils.
I know, right?
It's all a lie.
And I love how our man's like, hold on, like, this is still an experimental costume. The hood isn't correct yet. I don't want to take the photo. They're like, too bad. But yeah, it's cool seeing the original drawn version of or not. I guess the original style you'd say of Hawkman, Carter Hall, the JSA.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, I've been enjoying this book. Jeff Johns taking a new stab at JSA. I'm not
Taking a stab, sir. Jeff Johns is the best thing to happen to JSA
Well,
since it was invented.
Hey, well, he's really snapping necks in this. Okay. Overall, though, the funny part of this, I was like, why is Power Girl like super angry all the time? She's trying, she's a rookie, but she's like just bursts in the room, knocks the door down.
Do you know why?
Because
Did you
the 40s, right? Because she's
No,
angry
no,
woman.
no.
No, I don't know. Seriously, if you're gonna make a joke,
There's a footnote to All Star Comics issue 63.
oh
One of the
yeah,
cool things
61,
about this book was
61.
I thought it was 63.
It's small
They
print.
actually went. One of the things they did was that series from 1976, and that's exactly how that character was because it was during the waning days of women's lib, and that she was their angry feminist character who had to prove she was better than all the boys. And one of the things that made that series work so well was that she grew out of it as the series went on.
So
Mhm.
basically, Helena Wayne discovers that her dad is Bruce Wayne. Pisses off Selena because she didn't want basically her to be part of crime fighting stuff. He didn't want to know Boba because he basically quit being Batman for her, for Selena, which is really weird though. But holy crap, did they give her boobs?
That would never happen.
Yowza!
I know, right? But
Good luck being a gymnast with
but
those.
no, actually it did happen. Earth 2. This isn't Earth 1. This is Earth 2 Batman.
Real Batman would never give up being.
Earth 2 Batman quit being Batman after Selena died.
Well, he was also much older in
Yes.
the Earth 2 continuities. We went.
Yes.
He became
The
the
only-
police
The
commissioner.
only problem I have with this book, and it's only this one page, because whatever that stupid little raccoon boy was basically talking to John Wilkes Booth and telling him, yeah, you're gonna be famous, you're gonna kill presidents. I was like, why is this even in there? So he gets, well, I guess so Rip and them can basically can scold him. So he's mischievous. I mean, okay. Because this is after Flashpoint Beyond. This is the continuous series.
Yeah.
So overall, like I said, I love the stuff at the end here, though. They give you pages.
Oh yeah, dude, that was one of my favorite parts. The little bios at the end. There's some cool artwork in there.
Yeah.
I like
Now,
the new sidekicks.
I will say
costumes
this:
and everything.
if this JSA book I don't want that JSA book loaded with tween sitcom characters.
No, these are all going to be in a different series
As
that
I say,
John's is
give them
doing.
their own
Yeah.
book, but
There's he's got two books coming out. One is JSA, and the other one is called Stargirl and the Lost Children, and
Yep.
that's the one that all these sidekick
Okay,
characters are
that-
going to be in.
Yep.
I
And
think
I'm
Todd
not
Naka's doing the art for that one too.
I'm not opposed to the book. I mean, it could be very good, but I just don't want them cluttering up a JSA
this,
book.
the
So
original-
Yeah,
Mr.
no, I agree.
The original Mr. Miracle over on the back.
that's Thaddeus.
Nice.
Yep.
But he got shot full of holes by mobsters.
The Legionnaire.
Is that a gold lantern ring? I don't want to see a gold lantern ring.
It's a gold lantern ring.
Mother. Or is that a Legionnaire?
Legionnaire. It's a Legion ring.
I know.
Legion-
I know.
Legion
I saw a
ring.
gold though, and I was like, oh yeah, there was that gold
they
lantern that
rever-
Bendis wrote.
Do they revert it, or is it still the freaking rip off Alexis symbol?
It says L on it. So
Yeah, but when Bendis did Legion, he changed it so that the Legion symbol looks just like the Lexus car symbol.
oh
Oh.
well, I mean I can show you as close as I can to the camera.
I didn't think of Lexus when I saw
can't
it.
really see it. So the original the Legion ring, the L is like straight, and then the new
Yeah.
one is angled like the Lexus.
This is straight L. Straight
Okay,
figure,
so it
it's
went
like-
back. So they're
It's
going
straight.
back to
Second.
pre-Bendis.
Wait a
Nice.
second. I was gonna say, 'cause I know about Bendis's Legionnaire. There ain't nothing straight about that.
Ah! Ew.
Ba-dum-bum.
So I did get one other book, but I didn't put it in the ranking because it only has a small story, but it is
What?
well. I get it for the articles, okay?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
The first story basically has
That's his real number one. He just didn't want to get flack for
It
saying
is
so.
sexist, misogynist.
and damn well proud of me. Thank you very much, Sean. No, like I said, the first 10 pages is a story, which will continue into another start off. So that's one of the reasons I get to get to, because it continued in Myth and Legends Quarterly, Blood of the Gods. But then it goes
Okay.
into then it goes right into Cheesecake.
Hello, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
You might want to turn your camera off for a minute.
why? Evil Black Cat not happy.
No, you just showed a bunch of cheesecakes. So you would turn your camera off for a minute.
Well, not for my. Whoa! I don't do that in camera or on mic.
Yeah,
you
don't
talking about?
don't spokes it up.
Mute yourself too.
Or what's his name? Not spokes. That's the artist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need to steer this conversation real quick.
But the coolest thing I picked up though,
There we go.
and that's why I saved it for last. It's number 38. Eric, being at the store, you probably saw this. It's a reprint.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Oh,
So,
very first Robin.
yep, very first. Robin.
Nice.
Yep.
Very cool.
All the
original.
cool kids got this.
Of course, Breen probably has the original.
If I did, I wouldn't be here.
He'd be busy reading it.
He'd be busy selling it, maybe. I don't know. Might be worth money.
Oh, are you serious? I could sell that and
What?
pay this house.
Do you know what
off.
the cool thing about Breen? Crimson Avengers in this.
Oh, I know. I said I read that cover to cover yesterday.
Nice.
It is-
I love these things. They're great. So, Zach, do you care if I go next?
No, not at all. ahead.
Mine won't take long.
This
you're
is the boys' cottage.
The
You can build your
boys.
cottage.
Oh, different boys. Oh, okay.
No,
Different
all right.
boys. More
But I
wholesome boys.
just thought it's funny. You can build your own cottage in there. I was like, what? You can build it. Forget. Look at Lons. I'm building a cottage.
All right.
Phil's Records.
So that's right. Yes, obviously I picked that up today also, or
Yeah.
yesterday also. I said I guess I have a top 4 because I read 4 books. I didn't buy Spider-Man. Yes.
It can be old books too.
I think you didn't buy it, but then you said it was okay, and I was like, "You read Spider-Man?"
Yeah, it was, but they're gonna turn Norman bad again, and that's gonna be too cliched.
Oh, amazing! That one you read. Okay.
But
There was 3 Spider-Man books out this week.
Yeah, I don't acknowledge those.
I'll acknowledge 2 of them.
So, okay, my top 3. Number 3, New Golden Age.
Nice.
I said Venkman did a pretty good job of describing that. So, and I liked I loved the footnote to All Star Comics. As an old time reader, I miss footnotes in general.
Mm-hmm.
So this, like I said, I'm looking forward to this series. I think a little bit now. I mean, I don't know if I'm not sure I'm going to get it, but yeah, I said this wasn't bad.
You know what? If it goes bad, you read the good part.
Yeah. My number 2, Lord of the Jungle.
My shop didn't have any of those. I'm so bummed.
Really? That's not your number 1?
They kind of moved it up to the 50s, which makes him a young man in the 70s. And they kind of went into an interesting, twist on his origin, which was more believable because if you're raised by apes, he's not wearing clothes. He doesn't know anything other than guttural noises until he sees other humans. And then he kind of, goes from there.
Curious, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of it's a nice origin issue with some difference. I mean, so it's not, so it was different from other stories I've read along those lines. And it sets up whatever it is that he's been, the trip he's taking. You meet the guy that he's meeting at the end, and you find out, and we're about to find out what he's, what he's going to be, tasked with doing.
I wonder if the next issues would be kind of like flashbacks, more like this
I
one
don't
was,
know.
or would be like a little bit of the present. Because I can't think of like elderly Tarzan. Oh, I'm gonna fight.
But this is Dan Jurgens, and
Yeah,
sorry Ash isn't here because I say this is how you're supposed to do it. 3, 2, 1.
it's like throwing a grenade.
Yeah.
You count to 3 and then throw it.
And numero uno, the best book of 2022.
Wow.
I cannot disagree with
Period.
that.
Big words.
Overall, it has no faults.
What a perfect, near perfect homage, tribute to a classic story. And I said they got the original teams back together. The first story, as I said, Jonathan finds out that his dad was once killed and has to fight like I said, a different version of Doomsday, which Venkman went into great detail about. The other stories are different perspectives of what was going on for other people leading up to the moment of Superman's death.
Okay.
Which I thought was a really neat.
Threw me off at first with the Roger Stern story. I was like, "What's going on here?" And it's like, because I'm like, "Wait, this." I was like, "Oh my gosh, this really is like they're like this is happening then." Because I thought it was like, the first one is present, like or a couple of years ago. I guess would be 4 or 5 years ago, and then the rest were actually back during that time. So it kind of threw me off at first. But continue, sir.
He's got the second story, Jerry Ordway and Tom Grimmett. Jack Geis and Roger Stern. I mean, I said this is great, but this also has we need more Lois Lane like that.
Yes.
Hey.
Look
Wow.
at those gams.
Those gams.
No, Martha Kent, you're blocking it.
Get out of there, Martha.
But yeah, this was a great read, and I said it's
the introduction to Steel, dude, at the end. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was him at first.
yeah.
I never read his story, so
Yeah, so it said this book, it really did bring that. It kind of put you back in 1992, and like I said, Dan Jurgens certainly hasn't lost a step.
it's
I said Tom Grimmett never ages. I mean, that art looks just like it did 30 years ago. Jack Geis is still a tremendous artist. And I know he's done some work with Comicsgate, so I'm kind of surprised that DC let him do that.
maybe it's under the radar. They don't know.
Well, no, I think you're starting to see, at least at DC, they're starting to lighten up a little bit on those.
I think it's the Zaslav effect.
Probably.
Maybe it's
Ah,
like,
well,
hey,
no, this would've been-
if it'll sell money, anyone that's like, I honestly, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I think it's smart for DC to bring back the whole creative team, regardless of their stances.
Well, this would have been put together before he even got there. So I mean, it's
Oh,
like
okay.
because these are usually about 6 months in advance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right.
But
Good point.
this was just a lot of fun, and reading that first story, as much as I enjoyed it, I was part of me was getting angry because we don't have that John Kent anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just, yeah, and because the last time we got Peter Tomasi writing that John Kent, we got pronouns, which took me completely out
Oh,
of that.
yeah. Was that story where it's like they had that new student at their
Yeah.
school or something? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
But this, there was no. I mean, this could have just as easily have been done, 6 months after the originals, let alone not 30 years. And like I said, this was the best thing I've read in 2022, and it came from DC of all places.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm gonna have to pick that up next week.
And Zach,
It's worth it.
Zach,
Absolutely.
Yes.
that's why after reading it, I went back and I got the poly bag.
I'm sorry. I just don't like the polybag. I'm sorry. I've seen too many polybags. It's just there's no
with
art.
It comes with the armband.
So what? It's an
The first
armband.
issue.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know. It's a variant cover as far as I know, or it might be the same. I don't know.
Are you not going to open it?
Right now it's $35.
Oh well, shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
After Zach does his in the back issue portion, I do have some things to show, but I'll wait for that.
Take some medicine while we wait.
This looks thicker on the screen. All right.
That's what she said.
I kind of missed that baby face.
That was good.
Like I said, I had to give him. It's for to make him feel.
Yeah, that's
more
right.
Like a man.
We had to. There can only be one beard.
Yeah, at a time.
All right.
Once he shaves, my beard will be back.
Just instantly.
He stole my powers.
He might have a beard
All right,
by the
Zach.
time you get to number 1.
I know.
Might. He might. That's
Getting
true.
there.
Actually, the gray is like really prominent. I'm seeing. There's a lot of salt down
On
here.
yours?
Well,
Yeah, on mine.
Streaming with Venkman does age you.
That's true. I mean, look at this. This is like 10 days. This is
We've been
growing in.
slowly trying to kill Breen on this channel, but he won't die.
Well, you heard him. He's a health machine. He's actually going back in time. He's Benjamin Buttoning it. Okay. Anyway,
But
I'm done. All right. So I got a few books here to go through. I'm upset and salty that my shop didn't have Tarzan. Otherwise, I would have had that in here. But I actually said on Twitter, I didn't have a bad book of all of these. I actually found something to enjoy in all of them. So I'm actually really impressed by that.
We'll be the judge of that.
I know you will be. I know you're going to have choice words for like 2 of these issues. But that's okay. I'm going to go regardless. All right, bottom of the stack. Batman versus Robin. They didn't have the cool 90s variant, so I had to get the cover A, which isn't bad.
you didn't like this book?
No, I liked it. It's just there's a lot of good books.
I know,
This is just no. I actually did like this one. I don't like this one as much as World's Finest, but it is still. I do still like it. We found out the whole deal with Alfred, which I think was.
Hold on, kids. This is spoilers. So if you haven't heard anything, so there you go.
Well, I wasn't gonna say. I was just gonna say. I think it was done very tastefully. I know there are a lot of people that are upset about what happened to Alfred during the whole City of Bane thing. I liked the way that it was addressed in this. But yeah, Batman fighting all the Robins. I actually thought it was cool. Him like going over was like, yeah, Tim felt replaced by Damian, which honestly, I kind of got that when Damian first came on the scene because I liked Tim Drake. He was the Robin that was in the Jeff Johns Teen Titans at the time. And so then when Damian came on the scene and it was like all about him and then Tim Drake kind of got pushed aside, he had to become like Red Robin to differentiate himself. He had to name himself after the burger place.
I also didn't point out the sword that Nightwing's using in this is actually the sword of Azrael.
You beat me by one mother effing second. Yeah, all of the Robins
What he
get
said.
these supernatural. They get these supernatural weapons, and so like Red Hood gets Poseidon's trident, and it's funny. Stephanie Brown gets what's his name, the Buffalo Bison Bill, Black Bison, his like staff. He's one of Firestorm's bad guys. But yeah, Dick Grayson does get Azrael's sword. What is it like? It focuses guilt on people.
At first, I was like, "How do you get the Poseidon's trident?" I'm like, "Oh, that's right, because Nazi has pretty much conquered the world."
Yeah, all the supernatural magic users especially have been conquered. But overall, yeah, this has been pretty good. I've liked the stuff going on with Devil Nazah. I liked him as a one-off villain, but I'm kind of liking the stuff that the direction that they're taking him.
Like I said, hopefully this story arc ends with the next 2 issues, and they decide to do something else.
Is it a 4-issue or a 5-issue?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to look it up. But...
I feel like it could be 4 issues, but we'll see. All right, moving right along. Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, number 6. Yeah, I can't even. Yeah, take yourself off camera to do that. Sure, okay.
I gotta say that was at the towards the that was at the bottom of my stack.
Really, I liked it. You know, on the one hand, I'm like, okay, Bucky's a bad guy again, I guess. But they did have a lot of really cool artwork in this, like the motion lines, like all the same motion lines and fight scenes that you like from Black Widow. The same art style is used in this.
Well, the reason I hate this because they just made Bucky regress to back to the way he was. Like all
Kinda,
that progress
yeah.
is done.
Well,
And-
so they just have two very different. I'm sorry, I thought this was
On the
my
one
summary.
hand,
Go
they're
ahead.
totally
Say it.
ruining the characters.
No,
but
I
on
was
the
gonna
other
s-
hand, Zach likes it.
Oh yeah, I mean I do. I kind of like Bucky's approach to something is like he has to infiltrate it to destroy it from within, whereas Cap just wants to fight it from the outside. So I appreciate the two different points of view, but also how they counteract. So I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Let's recall that Bucky was once Captain America.
That's true.
So
Not for very long.
Turning him into a villain after they already turned Captain America into a villain.
But he's not really a villain if he's trying to destroy the villainous organization. Is he a villain? If he
You know what? Captain America's never going to be turned into a villain.
The symbol of truth.
American Dream.
The
Can I-
real
can I-
Captain America, Kate
I'm
Bishop.
going to show you real quick because this is why he's a villain.
Why?
The man
oh,
bun.
the man bun. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that.
The man bun too.
I
Come
don't
on,
care. I
Zach.
don't care for the man bun bit. I don't care for that. I'm sorry.
Come on.
I do not
He's
care
now
for
a
that.
villain.
Yeah, but he's gonna destroy all the other guys that he's at the table with, though. So
He says he can only destroy it from within, so he joins, replaces the guy that basically he killed himself.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
don't know. I like it. I liked it. You know, it's not
Chop the
top-
man butt off.
It's not top tier. It's not the top of my list, but it's all right. It's
So,
not bad.
in order to be
It's
a villain,
better than Ta-Nehisi Coates.
in order to be a villain, you have to have a man bun
No, that's
Well,
not true.
and be
I mean,
white.
That's not
That,
true.
I mean, it's not hard to be better than Ta-Nehisi Coates. In fact,
that is true.
it's almost impossible to be worse.
It's impossible to be that bad, right?
It's
all
a
right.
man bun.
There's only one kind of person that should be able to wear a man bun. Offensive or defensive lineman, because I'm not going to tell them they can't.
I'm gonna say Thor
good point.
because Thor's a woman.
No, Thor can't. But then it's not a man bun. Genius.
It's like
Yeah.
Hendrick said, it's a man bun.
Yeah,
All right. I'm going to show off some more of this beautiful Moon Knight art because Moon Knight is my third book on the list.
like I said, I think there's only one issue I didn't like out of the whole entire series so far.
Right.
But otherwise, it's been steadily going and getting better and better.
I like this one where he goes after the two henchmen. He's like, "This is where I teach you why people are afraid of me." It's like, dude, this is the badass I wanted in the show. I'm sorry, Oscar Isaac could have been this, but they chose to make him the sniveling little
do you know what
museum
that is?
attendant.
You know
What?
what that is?
You notice
Moon
how
Knight.
Zach doesn't like Batman, but when there's a character that's just like Batman but white,
Moon Knight kills
I'm gonna tell you
people.
this. I like,
He's not
gonna
Batman.
say.
He kills people.
but no, Zach. The reason
What?
I like that version, what he's doing
Yeah.
right there, because that's the original volume 1. That's basically what he was. He was basically Marvel's Batman.
So I know you talked about a lot of it, so I'm going to skip to the end because I did really like the end.
I swear to God, swear to me.
There's this
Moon
whole
Knight.
so okay. there's this whole vampire conference where like Moon Knight's main bad guy, he's like trying to assert his clan above all the other vampire clans. And Vickman kind of touched on how he throws the two goons through the window. And he's like, "Hey, I thought it was customary to bring presents to a party." And then so you see Moon Knight and Tigra walking into this room of vampires. I'm not gonna lie, there's one reason I like this panel a whole lot, and then
There's
the other
Tigra?
one's Moon Knight.
Yeah.
The other one's Moon Knight with the suit. I like the Moon Knight suit. the
They're
Mr. Knight.
hinting that the two of them might be more than,
No, they're not hinting. It's been like talked about. It's not hinted. It's pretty talked about. Like they had the whole issue where she first shows up. But yeah, this has been fun. I've been liking Jed McKay's run. This was a really good issue.
Like I said, it's just basically like he dragged them from motorcycle, basically just like what?
Yeah.
Well, we saw that with Ghost Rider. He used to do the same thing.
But also because the last time he fought them, he couldn't beat them. So this time he takes them to the Midnight Mansion where the house is sentient and just puts people in their own different kinds of hell. That was really awesome, actually. All right,
I can't
Brain.
beat you, but my house can.
I'm gonna show the cover. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds of roasting, and then I'm gonna get into why I like this book.
Is it Spider-Man?
No,
Oh.
why is no? I'm not reading Spider-Man. This is Fantastic Four #1.
Oh boy.
I heard a rumor that was actually pretty good.
You heard that rumor was pretty accurate.
You heard
I
incorrectly.
knew before this even came out that Zach was going to get it and he was going to like it.
Heck yeah, I did. Now, let me tell you why I liked it and why
Because
I
you
think
like Slott's Fantastic Four.
not as much as Hickman's or Wade's or the Marvel Knights one, but yes, I did like Slott's Fantastic Four. Not as much, but yes. No, so several reasons I liked it. First of all, Iban Coelho's art is really good. I like his art. It pops. It kind of reminds me. Who does it remind me of? Valerio something, whatever his last name is.
Skitty.
Skitty? Is it Skitty? I hate trying to guess it because if you say it wrong, it's shitty.
Everyone says shitty. I used to, and I heard it like a couple months back. It was Skeety. I think it's Skeety.
Skeety, yeah. So I like his
Skeety.
art style though. He's got a great art style. So anyway, so this is not a proper Fantastic Four. It pretty much is a Ben and Alicia story, which I do like. I like Ben and Alicia. It's really
blind love.
she's a delicate flower. Yeah. So
Whatever. She
the
leaves
short-
him because he's too ugly for her and she's blind.
no,
Ben should be better.
no.
She likes it rough, okay?
Short version.
Let
Ben
me
and
ask you
Ali-
one question before you go.
yeah, sure.
While you were reading it,
Yes.
when you were reading Alicia, did you do it in this voice?
You had to do it in that voice, you know?
Just like I can't read Rawhide Kid because all I can hear is "Hey."
And when you think of Reed, do you think of him with a beer in his hand, just like this?
Damn you for making me hear that, but yes. And then every time I read Sue Storm from now on,
No
I'm gonna
wonder
read
you
her
like this.
Cary
book.
Grant.
I bet if we read it and read this book in those voices, it'd be better.
There's no more.
So, Namore. Anyway, no. So the short version of the story is Ben and Alicia, they're off on a road trip, just the two of them. They stumble into this town, and the town is stuck in a time loop, so it's like Groundhog Day. And so Ben and Alicia, they're trying to figure out why it's like Groundhog Day. Not only that, but the town is also stuck. That's time loop they're in is in the 1940s. So you've kind of got like that cool period piece kind of quality to it. Everybody hates the Thing because he looks like a monster. It's really cool. Actually, it's funny, the time loop thing. So when I was first reading it, so this is the first page of the book. It's this hotel owner. He's reading the paper, and it's him in the hotel. Then you turn the next page, and I had to do a double take because it's the exact same panel, the exact same wording. I was like, oh my god, there was like a printer issue or something. But then you go to the next page, and it starts out the same, but then it changes. So there's some really cool, interesting panel choices that they did in here that kind of help with the whole Twilight Zone time loop going over and over again. It's a really cool story, and yeah, I don't know. Part of it appealed a lot to me, mainly because of like stuff going on in my that's happened in my personal life, and I was reading through it, and it hit a different chord with me than maybe it will with some other folks. So
Hey, excuse me, Zach. Hey,
All right,
little Rhaegar, how's it going?
Darn you.
Get my beer, boy.
Darn you. But no, overall, I really enjoyed this book. I think that it was really well done. I think, if Ryan North gives this much attention to all the other characters, this level of attention, I think it could be something. And then at the end, I took a picture of this actually, and I think I put it in the Twitter group or Discord group. There's this whole thing where he's talking about like his 4 main guidelines to writing the Fantastic Four, and I like it. It's not they're dark or they're gritty or it's fun adventurers. They can do anything and they're accessible. There's a thing in here about treating the Fantastic Four. You write comics for the people who have been fans, but also recognize that this could just be someone's first Fantastic Four comic. So
we have
it could be there. It could just be lip service, but at the same time, my curse is that I'm an eternal optimist. So I like to think that this could be the start of something good.
Traditionalist 101 says, it's not a proper Fantastic Four. I think I'll pass. I think that if you want a proper one, you got to go back and read the Kirby's.
I think he's starting out. So Ryan North has said he wanted to do a bunch of single issue stories, just like short self-contained story, which I like. I don't want to have like Devil's Reign or like big stories that take up like 12 issues.
Story events affecting the Fantastic Four.
Question.
God forbid we have epic, grand.
I'm not saying
Fantastic Four again.
No, I'm not saying that. But don't we always gripe and complain that we don't get full stories and single issues anymore? Isn't that one of like the big complaints that we do? So go ahead, Breen. I'm sorry,
Breen.
No, I would say that. It wasn't terrible by any stretch. I mean, it was an interesting story idea.
Yeah,
I disagree with you on the art. I think the thing looked dumb.
See, I liked it. I don't know. Maybe that's when I start. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of when I started reading.
It kind of looked like an orange lumpy fire hydrant. But yeah, now okay. Ryan North. I said, I agree. I said, okay, if you publish this as like the backup feature in Marvel Fanfare 30 years ago,
mm-hmm.
it's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first issue of the Fantastic Four, and something he said in his 4 rules. Keep in mind that it might be somebody's first Fantastic Four. Mommy, I thought 4 was 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really 1, 2. You don't even have half of them in the first issue.
Didn't Slott start off his series the same exact way?
Wow, I just want to point out that Reed's busy.
To even try a Slott.
Reed's busy right now. Sue's off with Namor.
So I kind of like if he gives each of the I think the next issue is Reed and Sue, and then probably the issue after that will focus on Johnny. So no, I kind of like giving them like their own introductory, like in case it's somebody new and they're coming in, they want to be introduced, like they want to know about the Thing, or the next one they want to know about Reed and Sue. I kind of like that. I agree. I think if it was the number one, if it was me doing it, I would have done the whole team together in the first book and then maybe split them up and do single issues on each of them. But Marvel's not paying me the big bucks to do this.
Well, they're not paying Ryan North the big bucks either. That's why we got half of the team.
That's true. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I know Zach's easily entertained, but still.
Would you rather be easily entertained or hardly entertained at all?
Easily entertained.
See, you win.
Yeah. Speaking of easily entertained, my number 2 book this week, Dark Crisis. I'm just calling it Dark Crisis. I refuse to add
Infinite Earths.
I refuse to add that bit. That's a shill thing, but whatever.
The whole book's a shill.
The whole book is, but it's such an entertaining shill fest. I'm okay with it. Yeah, I really like this. Beast Boy versus Deathstroke as a werewolf. That was pretty cool.
I like Deathstroke says like if he cuts him, he's like, "Oh, you actually got the stones if you get shot in the head. Should have shot you sooner."
Yeah. So that was cool.
You know why? Because he's trying to get Changeling back.
Beast Boy. Anyway, yeah, this is the one you were talking about. Actually, I really did dig this scene where Oliver's talking about how he knows missing is always like missing or messing up is always a possibility, but that doesn't stop him from doing the right thing if it means saving people. So that was a cool little speech there. I really dug the Superman scene where he shows up and protects John from getting clobbered by Shadow Doomsday. I thought that was really cool. The artwork in here is fantastic. I think who is the artist? Sampier, Daniel Sampier. His art is fantastic. So yeah, I enjoyed it. There's lots of fun stuff. It is a very Where's Waldo-esque issue because he does all these big panels and splash pages, and you can kind of look in and find the different heroes and everything. There was one part I kind of didn't like, and that's where he wipes out. Dark Pariah wipes out a few more Justice Leaguers, including Booster Gold and Blue Beetle.
No!
And Firestorm. DC, remember they had Firestorm?
Not anymore.
And Steel and Connor Hawk.
You know why? It's because it's Jeff Johns writing it.
No, this is Williamson.
Oh, is it Williamson? Oh.
Yeah, this is Williamson. Yeah.
I'm sure he talks to Johns all the freaking time. I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, some really cool stuff in here, though. The stuff with John Kent. This is probably the best experience I've had reading John Kent outside of like Super Sons or anywhere.
As I said, it's sad and also great at the same time because it's an awesome version of John Kent, but it's a crappy reminder that this you get a good writer writing like John Kent, but it's not about Bernard or protesting and saying
not Bernard. That's the other one.
Who cares?
Jay Nakamura.
Bernard's Jay, they're the same crap.
Anyway, my number one book, and doggone you, Vinkman. I mean, we even got the same cover, man. I mean, this is the one I wanted, the Todd Knock one. But yeah, this was awesome. And I think if the Death of Superman hadn't come out this week, I think we'd all be praising this one. Maybe. This was just great. Whether it was like the Helena Wayne getting reintroduced to the timeline, or see, this guy looks like Per Degaton to me. I don't know why. He looks like Per Degaton.
Looks like Carrot Top or even Wally West.
I gotta point out that you and Venkman both are praising that over Death of Superman.
Well, wow, I've never read the actual Death of Superman yet, so I can't really.
No, I'm saying the one that came out.
Oh,
I hear
you guys both rated this book number one.
Yeah.
That's right. Venkman said since he hasn't read the original, he doesn't have the emotional attachment that my old man ish.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like some of the callbacks, like they do this callback to like the last days of the JSA where they have to like appear before the committee. That was really cool. There's a bunch of time travel stuff in here, which I like.
I love the fact that he even gets the very first part when he has a premonition. Dr. Fate, they go to try to get the helmet off him and it just burns him. But I also learned that there's more than just one mystical person in the helmet. Naboo was original, and they acknowledge that Naboo is no longer inside the helmet in the present.
Yeah, it's a different spiritual entity that has the helmet. It's not Naboo. Yeah, it's an Egyptian goddess.
Was that a retcon for New 52?
I don't think so.
Or was that part of the Claire run?
I don't recall.
But they do mention is that it always starts with the death of
Howit is the goddess that's in there now.
I love how Fate it always starts with the death of a Fate.
Yeah, Dr. Fate is a big part of it. But yeah, I mean, really cool. Like I said, I also love the stuff at the back, these little biographies, talk about all these new characters. I mean, and I like that you can tell, like, okay, Cherry Bomb is obviously supposed to be a human bomb sidekick.
Is it a girl or a guy?
I think it's a girl. Her name is Gloria James, so I hope it's a girl.
Is that Cherry Bomb? Yeah,
Cherry Bomb.
Yeah, if she does at some point say, "Hello, Daddy." Hello.
I like that Jay Garrick. I kind of like that Jay Garrick has a daughter now.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I dig that.
Boom. Venkman, you know why we're okay with that, right? Because it's all about the
boom.
All about the boom. I thought you were gonna say like, "Here comes the boom,
baby."
Quiz Kid, I thought was also pretty cool, like a little Mr. Terrific Junior.
I'm an honor student, but I'm now fighting crime.
So yeah, lot of really good stuff here. If you're a JSA fan, or if you just like the older like Golden Age stuff, there's a lot of good in here. Now, and this was a one shot, but it is gonna like I said, it takes stuff from Flashpoint Beyond, and then going into the new JSA series that starts later this month, and then the Stargirl and the Lost Children. I think it's next week. Yeah,
Yep.
lot of good stuff coming. I'm hoping that Jeff Johns sticks around for a
Now
minute.
I guess that's one of the pros of Stargirl being canceled. Now he has more time to write.
I think somebody had said that. I think that he's gonna go back over to comics instead of focusing all of his time on the television writing.
It's a double-edged sword because like I like
him better. I like him better with comics. I honestly I like it better when he's over writing comics versus television or movies. But yeah. And then I did also get something else, but it's not going to be here until next week. So next week I'm going to have something really, really cool to show off. So I'm sorry, Ash, were you about to say something?
I was gonna say TV and oftentimes movies too requires too much compromise.
Yeah,
it's very difficult unless you're someone like James Cameron or some huge name like that you can just be like, I'm doing my way and no one's going to tell me different.
Yeah.
So I think when Jeff Johns is doing stuff, he's operating the DC license. When he's with a comic book, he's got such credentials in the comic sphere that DC is pretty much like, here, Jeff, go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But when he's doing a TV show, they're like, well, no. You're going to take our notes. We need it to fit this way. It needs to be like this. So he's got to and I think it's kind of evident. So I think that's probably why oftentimes you see it better in the comics because they can, and that's one of the beauties of comics, not just with Jeff Johns, but I think, a lot of us, why we love comics, because I think those of us that are comic fans recognize there's something a lot of times more authentic about comic stories because it's just like writing by committee, so many TV shows and movies that, sometimes you can get cool movies. And it's like, I'm not knocking that, but it's a lot rarer to get the really good movies. But with comics, you can really get that singular vision.
Yeah. No, definitely. I agree. Definitely.
Austin P is saying that if you want to read Golden Age, I would just go back and read the Little Golden Age.
Well, you can. This is called the New Golden Age.
Like I'm just going to say this. You can, if you have the money, sure, if you can track down the reprints or just the Masterwork stuff. But it's not always that case because some are not collected at all.
You know what the biggest problem with most of the books in the Golden Age are?
They're very anti-progressive.
They're not really that good. No. I mean, there's some really cool Batman stories. Like we're doing a retrospective on Batman #1 next week.
Oh, nice!
That book was great.
I thought you guys quit that.
The joke? No, we're end of the year.
Oh.
The Joker stories were, violent. They came right out of the gate with him being, a cunning, basically serial killer. The Catwoman story is actually kind of funny. But a lot of them, they said it's not that they were terrible because they were products of their time, but they're not. Like I said, the best Golden Age story I ever read probably was James Robinson's The Golden Age.
I gotta say though, I do like Flash comics though. I like having the Hawkman stories.
They're fun, but they're not. But they're
not good.
Yeah, the best one of those. The best Hawkman story in one of those would pale in comparison to anything from Isabella, Jeff Johns, Robert Venditti. It's
Johns made it relevant again with his JSA.
I know there's a lot of modern writers that make me wish they could write as well as the guys in the Golden Age. But said that's this actually hopefully this will be good. I gotta admit I was reading it and I thought this is good, but it's not nearly as good as that JSA series from the early 2000s.
Right.
Every issue of that was stellar. And I just don't know if we'll ever, comics have evolved into something that I don't think we'll ever allow it to get back to
the Bible.
This is no doubt. This is the thickest thing I have. That's a comic book.
I want. I'm glad you had a comic book.
Y'all suck. No, I want to find the other two volumes. This is the third one.
My favorite part of so far of all the stories is the fact that Wildcat defeated like the Injustice Gang, or whatever, like in his his skivvies.
I don't think he defeated them. I think he just held them off.
Held them off though, but I said he just got out of the shower. They attacked. He is running around without a towel.
I think
Rhaegar-
RDB is just partial to characters running around in their skivvies in his comics.
I think so.
Rhaegar Batman #1 came out in 1940. The first Batman stories though were from 39.
I'm gonna go read through.
You know,
hey,
that-
look, it's Cyclone, y'all.
Uh-uh.
I know she's white, but it's
Why-
Cyclone.
Mary Jane. She's got the bangs.
Ginger side.
Ginger side is real. Actually, that was one thing I did have a gripe with. The actress that played her in the movie didn't do bad with the character. I think she did the mannerisms and everything really well. I
I
thought.
hope she had more personality in the movie than she did in the previews.
Well, that's because skin color doesn't actually have anything to do
With
with
writing.
acting.
Oh, I concur. I'm just. She wasn't there to have a whole lot of character. She was just there, like, hey, look at this JSA member. We're
They're
gonna
the
throw
new
a clap
recruits.
at him."
Yeah,
She was
basically,
there
like,
to be a virtue signal for Warner Brothers.
because they didn't want to have Stargirl in there for whatever reason,
Well, because they don't like to share between the TV and the movie studios.
which is dumb because they need to get over that crap.
Well, then you
Well,
might
it's
have
not
gotten
about-
you
It's
might
not
have
about
gotten a
getting
Black
over,
Star
it's about
Girl then.
licenses.
If we had
Yeah.
gotten a Black Star Girl, maybe Venkman would be the one all upset and everything. No?
I honestly I wouldn't care as long as she does the right the part right though. You know, that's the thing. Not I don't like it when they change the character. No, we gotta make him urban background. You know?
She wasn't really. I wouldn't say she was.
No,
urban.
and I'm just saying that's the shit they do because we gotta tweak it. Now she's
Yeah, yeah.
we gotta say she's oppressed.
I just don't like racism.
I concur.
And
Yeah,
and
Chad,
race
that's right.
swapping
I
is
said it.
racism.
I don't like racism. Come at me.
Yes,
That's-
yes, you do. Chad. You're a Republican.
Well, that's the thing. I'd be afraid if they.
I'm a
decided-
conservative libertarian.
Yeah.
Excuse
That's
you.
Yeah, same thing. Racist.
6 one way, half a dozen. the
race
other.
swapping. Like I said, people wanted to race swap Rogue. So you're gonna have Rogue saying like, "I identify with you, sister. We're both oppressed," and she's like, "I'm from Africa. You're from freaking the South. You know, you don't know hardship. Sorry."
You know, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. Well, Storm will actually be lighter skinned than Rogue,
Yes.
even though she's from Africa.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I watched Wes's Saturday morning show. They said, someone said like people inside Disney are like X-Men are still long, like they're not doing anything with X-Men at the moment. Except I guess the cartoon show. I guess they're still moving forward with that.
Well,
but-
I'm scared with the cartoon show. And all
Yeah,
that.
they,
Dude, the
they said they were going to put modern sensibilities into it.
But they also said they were only gonna have writers that liked the original show. They weren't gonna have like with The Witcher where they had all these writers that hated the source material. They weren't gonna do that again.
Yeah, but
So-
part of the deal that they got Henry Cavill to sign on The Witcher was the fact that they get writers that liked The Witcher.
Yeah, well, apparently they didn't get writers. that liked The Witcher.
Exactly. So people can lie.
Oh,
They
yeah,
could
they
be like,
definitely can.
I grew up with the X-Men. I love it.
Wait,
Give me the
wait.
job.
So Vita Leah and Gabby Rivera gonna be writing for the new show?
I don't know.
I don't care who writes for it.
I grew up watching it. It was great.
I didn't like
Test
the
'em.
old X-Men 92
I know,
cartoon.
it's
so
Really?
I'm sure I'm gonna hate whatever they do now.
You didn't like the X-Men '92 cartoon?
No, because I actually liked the real comics.
I'm sorry that the version of the cartoon Turtles and X-Men were better than the comics.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
This is only people who don't read the original stuff think so.
I did try to read the Brood Saga and I got bored.
Did
Yeah, Board reading that's one of the best X-Men story. In
There
my
was too
opinion.
much brooding.
whenever
There was too much words for Venkman to read.
Honestly, yes.
were there,
Wait, have you seen
read-
the
read it.
books?
Look, reading's hard. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm finding my love over here.
okay,
We'll give it-
before this devolves into a cartoon argument,
It's already there.
do you have any back issues this time, Zach?
No, I briefly showed off some Carlos Pacheco Fantastic Fours I picked up last week, just in honor
R.I.P.
of
Yeah.
Mr. Pacheco. But yeah, no, I didn't get any back issues this week.
All right, off with you and throwing on the
All
old
right,
man.
well,
Yeah,
okay.
please take me off the screen. I don't need to look at my beard anymore.
Since there's four, since I've got three other streamers tonight, I love
Aw.
Don't be ashamed of
you.
your beard, Zach.
Ah,
I love you.
ah.
and I love you.
Wait, the next one can be a pixel finger.
It should be.
It's,
It's another way to put it.
all right, couple of hard covers here.
Oh wow,
Crime does not pay.
nice.
You probably picked that up for the
Dude.
same price as the Superman comic.
But you paid for crime.
Actually, it wasn't that much difference because this, unfortunately, there's no market for this stuff anymore, so we marked it down to 12.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Hey, who likes the X-Men the cartoon? Only plebeians, the great unwashed. Probably Ash.
Well, our traditionalist, I don't know if it's going to be a continuation or if they're just starting over.
I think it's a continuation.
Yeah.
That's all the
here's-
way.
Also, Austin is asking if I'm okay. I sound a little down. I don't mean to. I didn't get very much sleep last night, so that might be it. My low energy. I will try to pick it up. Have a little bit more
Well, you
You
see,
said-
little pep in my
that,
step.
see that you do, Jeb. Okay, here's the first 10 issues of Journey into Mystery.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Mysterious.
it looks fancy.
That's 9 issues, sir. Where's the 10th, or is that the mystery?
Right
Oh.
there. Good God! Did you flunk out of public school too?
Right after I told Bankman that reading's hard. Apparently counting is hard too.
Education is great.
Hey, here you go, Zach. Here's 9 more.
Namor?
Wait. It says meet the dead. Why isn't he at a poll booth voting?
Oh!
He's on his way.
Going to
Oh,
go
Yeah, he's
vote
got plenty. He's
blue.
still got plenty of time to vote in Arizona.
Yeah,
I know,
that's right.
Next week.
because let's see, what are the chances that someone who's overseeing the election yet also running in it is going to end up losing? Not good.
It's a lot closer than I thought it would be, honestly. I looked at
You
it
know-
a
you
little while
know-
ago.
If she just held a person by a shotgun, held him hostage, and then just had a stuttering problem, she'd probably win.
There it is. Unfortunately, I don't care how many more votes Carrie Lake gets, she ain't winning. And here's volume 3 with 21 through 30.
Wow. Is that the thing? With his hat and trench coat costume?
It's just funny because it's funny. Like I've heard people they said they're from people in the country Italy, they can get it done within a day for election. Look at freaking Florida.
We used
Yep.
to be able to get our elections done in a day.
Florida
Oh.
counted
believe it
7
or
million
not.
votes in a matter of hours.
We used to have national presidential elections counted in a day.
Did you guys know that you can go to Mars and come back to Earth and it'd still be counted?
And Zach, we did it without computers.
Without computers. That's
And-
right.
Traffic cover
and-
calculators.
We did it before the invention of the automobile. We used to do it
How
where
about that?
when people had to ride on horses,
Mm-hmm. Pony
What?
and they
Express.
still
Oh my-
managed to vote in a day.
Rager. Change
And
the
they probably
names
had
around.
higher turnouts too.
Rager,
No.
change the names around, and they don't have to worry about if one of them passes away. They can just use the other one as a puppet.
When I was a boy.
Yes.
So I'd never read any of those old Journey into Mysteries, and
Nice.
It's cool,
Um,
cool that you got those. I mean, I saw the Marvel gold ones, or
Yep.
I guess, yeah.
yeah, we've marked out a couple of those too, and
They're half
I
off. in my
like
store
the old
now.
I like the old pre-code horror stuff better than the pre-code superhero, like the World War II era superhero stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got a few of those already, but like I said, those were always. I mean, these were $60 when they were out originally, and we marked them down to 18. That's a little more, palatable. Which unfortunately, it is unfortunate. I mean, as I said, the market for those is dead, and there'll never be a volume 4.
Even Black Cat, where are you?
Oh, that's one. You don't even need to make a joke. I mean, that's sadly that's fact. I mean, that's it's just, but yeah, because like I said the industry has driven out most of the people that would appreciate stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and if they're not going into shops anymore, or aren't online shopping for stuff like this, it kills the market for them.
Like I said, if they printed Flash comics, or just this Jay Garrick stuff, I know they did in 2006, but if they redid it again, and then they also did with Hawkman, I'd be buying those because those are just fun to read.
These
They're
are a lot of
fun,
fun.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
because I was talking to a buddy yesterday, he goes, I wish they would just keep going. And I thought that'd be great, but not at $7 a pop.
No.
that's true.
Because the novelty would wear off pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
But if you can do those $1
those facsimiles that they used to do,
the True
$1
Believers
comics
and stuff like that,
yeah,
you could do these at $2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I said you can get people to pay $7 for the first Robin. How about Detective 39? Probably not.
yeah.
But if it were $2 and it had all the backup stories included, I think you could find a market for
Imagine
those.
those at $4 a pop. Most people would be buying those, the $4 ones, for an older book than you would be paying for the new one. Like, if I'm getting $4, I might as well go to an older book.
Again, I would. You probably would. Don't know about Zach, but I
It depends on the title.
But you're
Not
but
until
you're
Batman changes his cape.
But your standard comic book, the person that comes into the comic book store now, probably not, because sadly, that shit that people like Megan Fitzmartin churns out does sell.
So
Not much, but
I gotta ask, when did Robin stop sleeping in Bruce's bed?
I think it was right after the
Right after he met
trial.
Starfire.
And then she joined in. All three of us slept in Bruce's bed.
Bruce was like, "Oh, maybe aliens aren't bad after all."
Yuck.
Quit stealing my Robin.
Come on, it's just a joke.
Hands off my Robin.
No, hands off my dick.
I never understood the allure of interspecies relationships.
She's okay. So you don't agree with Clark Kent and Lois Lane? I mean,
Clark Kent is indistinguishable from human.
Okay. Starfire, it looks like a very tan human.
No, she doesn't.
With
She
green
looks
eyes,
like an orange alien.
Okay, not if you go read like the
Doesn't she
early
have purple eyes?
2000s or the no, she has like
So-
green eyes.
I mean,
Green eyes.
so basically, but she has the same anatomy as a human, though.
Yeah, she's human. Same as
And
Hawkman.
humans have powers too, so they're not exactly human anymore because they have some powers.
That's true. Was it in the Flash where like they're meta humans? They're like not just normal humans.
She has a huge rack.
I know, right? And she literally can fly and shoots laser beams out of her hands. It's like
Wonder Woman was made out of clay for
what is my-
decades.
That's what I said.
She wasn't even a human.
Zach, that
Didn't
cover,
bother Steve Trevor.
Zach, that Dark Crisis there. We pointed out, we laughed about that. The fact that we had all these superheroes rushing in to go against Pariah, and we see Batgirl at the very bottom just doing nothing.
No,
Girl,
it's
what
not.
are you
It's
doing,
not your
Barbara?
origins. I mean,
That's-
Adam is made from clay too. Zach.
That's not
really
true,
the argument.
Beckman.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
She was
It's-
down there lecturing people.
She's like, Dick Grayson gets paid more than I do. He's got an allowance.
I'm
It's just
sorry,
funny.
Ash.
I gotta laugh though with DC. Even though they brought Barbara out of the chair and stuff, made her Batgirl again. All she does in Detective Comics, every time they show her now, she's Oracle. She sits in the chair. Just doesn't like crime.
Well, it's DC doesn't know what the heck they're doing.
Either that
Because
or Zdarsky and Ram V know where she works best.
Like I said, I like the
Where's Beth is Batgirl?
The Birds of Prey. I never read the comic book, but I watched the show. She had an robotic exoskeleton allowed her to fight, But after that, she was still paralyzed, But she mostly was Oracle all the time. They made more
Well,
sense.
yeah.
It's giving her now you're instantly healed with this microchip. Now
She
you
had
can fight.
She had an exoskeleton that turned her into a
brace,
tank
like,
or
yeah.
something.
You
So like
ever
she's
seen-
still in the chair, but she can run around like a tank. Maybe.
Have you ever seen those? They make them for soldiers that are paralyzed. They can walk again.
Mm-mm.
And
Oh
then
no! I know what you
Yeah.
mean. I know what you
Yeah.
mean. Okay. Yeah.
she built her
okay.
own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course she
Gotcha.
did.
Titans said, I love HBO Titans. HBO Max Titans are like, fuck that shit. She's missing one leg. She can't do that shit. You're in the chair. But they actually
Only in comics can you be crippled, but then be a superhero.
Well, Professor X, yeah. And Daredevil.
Austin wants to have when I'm smoking. What am I smoking?
I don't know.
Did I say something controversial?
I don't know.
Sorry, Austin. I just saw your thing. So you may have typed it a while ago. I don't know what I said controversial.
Well, Starfire comments.
Oh yeah, the interspecies relationships. That might be what he's referring to.
Well, I just saying I don't get it. I'm not attracted to people that don't look human.
You don't.
But-
You don't
She looks human though.
No, she
When
doesn't.
she's not flying around blowing lasers out of her hands and with her hair on fire, when she's just like a normal civilian
With her
mode.
orange skin and
we all-
green.
We
All right,
know.
Don't
okay,
her
Ed.
eyes glow too?
You're at a bar. There's 2 women left. There's Starfire and Vita Ayala. Who you leaving with?
I thought you said 2 women.
You're right. That's more like 3. Because she's they
Because she
her.
identifies as they them.
I'm leaving alone.
You're a more honorable man than I am.
No, actually, I'm not talking about every other time. I mean this time.
Breen, give your writer a raise for that one. That was a good one. Anyway,
How dare you insult the Breen? Breen has he's his own writer.
yeah. So give himself a raise.
He just uses Evil Black Cat as a pseudonym, as a
Pseudonym.
Pseudonisms.
A pseudonym.
Dude, I to be quite honest, I have hard enough trouble with women who like dye their hair like rainbow colors.
Yeah,
If,
true.
if your hair color doesn't look like a natural, it's like if it's like green or pink or whatever blue, like blue
Okay.
hair is the worst.
I can understand that. I can see where you're
Like I have trouble with that.
Well, the
Yeah.
problem with that is, once upon a time, that used to be reserved for, like, hot goth chicks.
Mhm.
Now if you see somebody with that hair color, they're not interested in you anyway.
That's true. It's kind of been what's the word for it?
It's been co-opted.
Co-opted. That's the one. You knew exactly where I was
You
trying
must
to
be-
go.
Hot,
you must
hot
be-
goth
hey.
chick. Every hot goth chick I knew dyed their hair jet black or sometimes flaming red.
So you must.
Occasionally, if they
I
could pull
guess-
it off.
So Ash, would you agree? You basically that you feel sorry for Harpo, Marx's wife, then, because he just honked the horn every time.
See, I watch a lot of anime. All
and-
the girls have wild
And keep
colored
in
hair.
mind,
in that,
I'm not
so.
saying what anyone else should feel. I just said what I felt.
Yeah. So no one cares what you feel.
Apparently not.
Well, you know why?
I care,
You know why
Ash.
anime girls have different colored wild hair?
Because they're
Because
cartoons.
they're
Their
cartoons.
fantasy.
No, because they have no facial features to distinguish one from the next.
That is kind of
Because they're
true.
That's
You ever-
absolutely true. That's
No, look
That's-
at next time you're watching Spy X Spy, whatever that is,
Spy Family.
whatever.
The X is silent. It's just a Spy Family. Yeah.
The X is silent. I'm pretty sure she's not silent. She's probably upset. Anyway, no, look at the daughter. She's got the pink hair. She's got the big eyes. Look at the fake. I guess the wife posing as
The
wife.
mom. The mom.
Look at her
wife.
eyes, the huge
assassin.
eyes.
Yeah.
A lot of times the artists draw the same. Like I used to get on
No,
Kirby. I
the,
used to get
the kids have bigger heads than the
because
adult
you're
women.
chibi. Yes.
Yeah.
But I used to get on Kirby's art for this because they all look the same. Then I started noticing everybody, no matter who the artist is, the guys and the girls are interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
I am Alicia. Hi, I'm Johnny. They both look the same.
well, there's not a. I mean, you have to really be talented to add facial features to distinguish one character from the next.
Who was the one? Who was the one that was doing the? Was that
They look nothing alike, Vinkman.
who was the vampire? No, sorry, the Tomb of Dracula artist.
Gene Colan.
He's the one that did the romance stuff, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I mean, I noticed when I saw his art though, the faces don't look exactly the same all the time.
No, they don't look exactly the same. I mean, it's like I said, it's not easy to do because, like I said, it's because a lot of times you're sort of rushed. That's why you see the same thing. If you just looked at Gwen and Mary Jane's face in a 1967 Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
they would not be easy to tell apart.
Right. Yep.
No, and that's exactly the same reason why when they made the cartoons, they gave the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all different color bandanas
Hmm.
because
They all look the same.
it's also kind of for kids too. Like a lot of this material was designed for kids, so it was really to help kids sort things out and not be confused.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just now realizing I didn't completely finish reading this issue of Spy Family. I kind of want to go back and finish it now.
It was
Can
just
you
funny
wait till
because
after
when I
the
was
stream's over?
What?
Huh?
Can you wait till after the stream is over?
Yes, like, well, what? Venkman gets to read on stream all the time. Nobody gives him crap. for it.
I
Dude, I
haven't
give
run on-
Venkman crap all the time. That's not fair.
Well,
That's true. That's true.
I haven't run on stream in forever. I only read on Discord.
And he
Okay.
reads on England Teen streams, not his own.
Only
There-
an option.
okay. Only during the auction.
So
What's this?
this is
Oh, is this the Lost Hunt?
yeah. But
Oh, nice.
Look at the headband.
He looks like like Wolverine in that
I
shot.
always thought it was like a redheaded Gwen Stacy.
I thought Peter Parker was Wolverine there for a second in that one panel. His hair looks like it's doing like the Hugh Jackman thing.
Yeah, he's like I said, I was looking at it, I was like I saw the black headband. Like I don't remember Mary Jane ever wearing it like that. Maybe she did. It's always Gwen Stacy.
It's gonna
Threw
be
me
a
off.
Gwen. It's gonna be a Gwen Stacy clone that Norman Osborn didn't knock boots with. That's right. You just got reminded of that.
But the great
dramatic
thing about this is
story.
that even though she's frustrated with Peter Parker in the story because he won't tell her that usually he tells her, but he's been kind of lying her. She's being upset, but then in her monologue, she says like, I love how she's actually a supporting wife in this. He's a terrible error, but I don't have time to push right now. But it's like, she's like,
She's
but
a
she
supporting wife.
yeah.
Is this comic like 25 years old?
What?
She's
Oh,
like,
well-
here she says, she's like, he says like, she probably is actually, he's like, because he basically want to get, because she's pregnant, she's going to work, because she teaches theater class in school. He basically is like, here, I might get that for you. Like, and he's like, and she's probably like snarky. He's like, oh, how very considerate of you. And then in her monologue, she's like, knock it off, MJ. Sarcasm isn't going to help anything. Well, maybe a little. But I love how she said, she basically is like, because I know my husband, he always comes around, always opens his heart. I got to give him enough space, but sometimes it feels different. This I'm scared. But I said, she doesn't get on his case. She doesn't yell at him. She doesn't scream. It's like, it's just like, I'm going to leave you. Screw this crap,
The father of that baby's that Sean White looking. Yes, was that his name? Sean White looking dude that she's with now.
Oh yeah, that
Sean
Sean White
King,
guy.
Sean
Sean King. That's it. Oh, I thought it was White. Okay.
Sean White's the skateboarder or whatever.
Oh, that's right. The snowboarding guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
snowboarder.
I'm trying to
So-
think of the last time I read a supporting wife in Marvel.
So what's
comics.
really crazy about this book?
Linda West has been really good in the Jeremy Adams Flash.
That's not Marvel Comics.
Oh. Sorry. Coffee hadn't kicked in.
Like,
Yeah, that's not true. You read it. You're reading the Hickman Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the Hickman is the only one I can think of.
Yeah.
like they do have a fight in this, and he is hallucinating because the guy is basically is drugged him, and he basically just ends up he's hallucinating. He destroys the apartment. She comes back. It's like even though they got in a fight, they do make up, which is something that Marvel Comics don't know how to do today. Apparently,
Well, or they can have them get back. They can have them make up, but it just takes 5 issues.
And it's today's Marvel stuff, basically the current stuff by Dan Slott or even Zeb Wells would just say have MJ just leave him, just get, like she did. She got with another guy, got knocked up with another guy.
Wait, she's pregnant?
Well, no, I'm saying that's the kid isn't Peter Parker's. None of those kids are.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but they're
Well,
not MJ's either. I think they're what's his names from a previous relationship.
Why is one of them redhead then?
I don't
Looks
know.
just like her.
Hey, MK, we were talking about that Tuesday. The Mark Waid Flash Omnibus.
They didn't. Well, neither shop ordered them because nobody wanted them. Nobody asked for them.
I have an Omnibus.
But
coming my way, though.
but the Invaders one though, one of them did. He did have one. Somebody had ordered it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I may have something en route. I should have it in time for next Thursday's best of.
So speaking of books of tomorrow retrospective.
Hey, that's right. I need to read that.
It's the second read for me, but it's been a while. It's probably been 30 years.
It's Namore.
But overall, I'm happy to see this. Because we haven't really talked about Invaders on this channel.
No, because we couldn't put it in the chat for a while.
Yeah.
To be fair,
YouTube censored it.
to be fair, that was only on I Love Comics.
I know. Well, if it happened over there, I'm sure YouTube had
on
a
the
similar
channel with a
thing.
guy who is called I Love Comics, but complains about them every day.
Just think that Captain America on the cover, he was so deep undercover.
He
He
was.
was a Nazi the whole time.
Well, look how deep he was. He's in the water with Namor.
Look
Yeah.
at Johnny Storm there too. Johnny Storm is way older.
Is
than
it
people
Johnny
think
Storm
it
or is it
Oh.
Jim Hammond?
That's-
Of course,
that's a
it's Jim
serious-
Hammond.
That's a serious long con. That's all I gotta say.
I know.
The battle
I'm
over-
excited.
Yes.
I'm excited to read this. I love the JSA, so I'm hoping this is like the Marvel equivalent. So
Yes. And then there the
No, it's
Requel.
closer to equivalent of the All Star Squadron.
oh, we'll see even better because
This is-
it's Roy Thomas, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
And then following this, there's gonna be reading. And there's talk it might be Defenders. Original runs. So if you
Dibs
like
on
Invaders and you like Defenders, wow. Why do you say dibs on Namor?
I said dibs on Namor. Not just kidding. I don't care.
I'm pretty sure that the delicate flower, Sue has dibs on
The
Namor.
delicate flower Sue has dibs on. Did you see? Oh my gosh. Unrelated, but kind of related. Daniel Warren Johnson on Instagram had a commission someone asked him to
Yes.
do.
God, yeah.
You saw that? I was like, oh my god. Who
If you have
did
it, show
this?
If you have it,
I
show it.
don't. It's not PG. It's
Sue's taking on Namor and a bunch of tentacles.
it's Sue and
Whoa.
Namor getting it on top of a kraken, and it's like if you zoom in, it's nude. So,
I was told tonight by Puppetine after his shift at the bridge, he's going to watch Wakanda Forever.
oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
One of his patrons is actually taking him out on a date.
One of his patrons. So
Yes,
he's gonna-
dinner and desserts.
I thought that the under the bridge part came after the date, so he's doing it in reverse.
Well, he came first, and then they went to the theater.
Also, unrelated to comics, but it's kind of nerdy. I got this GI Joe action figure of Lady J for $2.
He brings up G.I. Joe, and we have the better one on Street Invaders.
What do you mean better? They're both good. GI Joe's awesome. Anyway, $2. These are
It's so-
normally like 15 or
it's-
20.
It's so great that you got the Saturday morning cartoon version comic book that you loved.
What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, don't remind me of that one.
Don't remind me. But overall, if you like this channel, you want to help us out, you can do so. We do have a Ko-Fi link on here. The money goes towards the puppet to buy him a better job. And the fight episode C and all the other ones he's got.
Right now, we're trying to raise money for a razor for Zach.
Yeah. Yeah, I need one. Look at this. It itches something terrible.
So, like I said, if you like this content, you haven't done so, please do click like on this. Help the algorithm, help us, help you.
Help us to help you, kids.
And if you want to, the Ko-Fi link is right there, ko-fi.com/Puppetine. And just you know what? Drop $1, drop $2, and maybe we'll get Puppetine to say something, on screen for you.
Get them one of those. What's that app where you can have the celebrity say like "Happy Birthday" to you or something, send you a personalized message. We should get Puppetine to do that.
It's like Cameo, yeah. But
Yeah, Cameo. That's
but-
it. Cameo.
but cheaper,
Cameo, but cheaper.
And no way to any shape or form does the money go towards Blue Pass Ribbon beer.
Nah, we'll send a message to your mother. She's a beautiful woman.
Yes.
You're
So
welcome.
also, if you don't have the money or you just don't want to because you're Scrooge, you can share on the stream. Leave a comment down below after the show's done. Like I said, a lot of you guys are helping out right now. Just popping up when we're leaving here. We're at 11 people watching.
That's
that-
why
that-
you're dragging the stream out.
You know what? You know what? From now on, we're just gonna announce that we're ending in the first 5 minutes.
Okay, guys, we've been here for 5 minutes. We're gonna go. Oh, hey, wait on. We're gonna talk about this book real quick.
Yes. It'll be a deep fake Palpatine. It actually will be a deep fake because he'll have a deep voice.
Hello, my name is Palpatine.
Oh, what's this here? In Ash's corner.
Oh, hey, he found the Daniel Warren Johnson. It's the one all the way on the left on the top.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where's Sue?
That
Oh.
was
Check under Namor.
check underneath Namor. Yep.
Whoa.
Damn.
Daniel
someone
Warren
paid
Johnson.
For
I thought
Somebody
that
really likes Sue and Namor together.
It's a lot of salty water.
That's a lot of tentacles too.
Why are the tentacles there? I don't understand the tentacles. Are they supposed
'Cause
to be
it's a-
warm and loving?
It's a Kraken. Traditionalists, you can donate by clicking on the Ko-Fi link. So there's the Ko-Fi that's going by and the little ticker across the bottom of the screen. I believe it's down in the description. If Thinkman did his job right.
Yeah, it's right there. It's
Oh, but you don't have it to where you can click on it though. Like you have to type it in.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll go right in there.
I was about to say.
Usually Marana's here and she drops the Ko-Fi link though.
Oh yeah. Oh, there she is. Maranya to the rescue.
There we go.
There it is. So yeah, you click on that Traditionalist 101, and that'll take you to the Ko-Fi. You donate however much you want. We appreciate any and all amounts.
Honestly, the money goes to basically for the Marvel and DC app that Palpatine is subscribed to. He pays for both. He also pays for the premium cover version of StreamYard. To be able to basically stream as much as we want on this channel, without being limited to like a number of different streams.
Yeah.
And it also helps Eric get his cough fixed.
MK. Venkman will have a beard by Monday. He
Yeah.
shaved today. Zach's got 2 weeks and he has a beard.
Yeah.
I have damn near 2 weeks and you can't tell that I haven't shaved. We don't know about Ash because none of us have ever seen him.
As far as we know, Ash's face is all beard.
Yeah, I'm 60 and I cannot grow a beard, so I'm definitely the bronze medalist in this trio.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the camera to go.
Yeah, I keep my beard about what Zach's got going.
Oh, really? Right. This is about.
That's what I trim it to, and then it grows out all fuzzy, and then I never shave. I haven't shaved for 30 something years. Like, just shaving sucks.
Usually what I'll do is like I'll use a trimmer on this and I'll keep it down to like a 5 o'clock shadow type thing. But I'll shave I'll keep it trim, like the neck part. Yeah.
I do the cheeks and the neck. I don't want to look like a total freaking heathen, but
I'm sorry. You said
I don't razor shave.
Okay.
I do the
$1 a day can keep.
I shave my cheeks and my neck.
But also, I grew up I have a baby face. Not so much anymore because I'm almost 50. But for the longest time, if I didn't have facial hair, I looked like a teenager.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why. Yeah, whenever I'm clean shaven, England teen will say that thing where like if I have this top half of my face looks older and wiser, and then the bottom half of my face looks like a 13-year-old kid. It's like
if you just do that the whole entire time, it's like, what's up, Wilson?
What's up? Yeah, right. That'll be my next Halloween costume. I'll just have some planks of wood. Hi ho, neighbor.
Dude, but you can just go to the store and you can build your own little fence, hold it up.
Dude, I might do that actually now. That sounds like fun.
Honestly, that's the best Halloween costume I've ever seen anybody do. It's like they did the Wilson, they had the fence thing.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't shaving, I just use a trimmer. I use the like I said, I don't ever use a razor blade at all. I don't really do that stuff. I just use the actual hair trimmer,
Speaking of hair trimmers, does anyone else get the Vanish?
We're sponsored by Manscaped.
Anyone else get the Vanish books?
Vanish books.
I don't have. Hold on, sorry. We're asking a question about the Patreon. Ash, you don't have any patrons at all.
No. Patreon sucks.
Like I said, the only thing we have on this channel is Ko-Fi for this. Like I said, it goes towards the reading, goes towards the StreamYard. Like I said, that's pretty much what it goes to. Marvel DC apps are both like $70 each. But if you enjoy us butchering old books, the money will go towards that. Like I said. So.
Now, I'm not familiar with Vanish. Is that a comic
Yeah,
book?
I need to
or is
do
it
a
book
video on
series?
this because like no,
Vanish is Johnny Case's book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's a
okay.
new creator-owned book by Donny Cates and art
Another
by
one?
Ryan Stegman.
Oh,
And
wait,
it's
I might have
it-
heard about this one. Is he like an illusionist or a magician or something?
Sort of. It's an interesting kind of story where there's like soups,
Revenge, isn't it?
but they're all magicians. Like the reason they have powers is because they have magical, like, so what they live in the world as people see them as like super beings, like
Are you sure that book's really out?
Because Donny Cates has kind of been asleep at the wheel.
No,
It feels like for a
it
while.
could just be an illusion.
So this anyway,
okay.
Daniel Warren Johnson is doing variant covers, so I'm getting the B covers
Nice.
because I
Maybe
I
that's
really
why
like
Zach
that.
and I've never seen it.
Maybe.
That's the
I'm
B
gonna
cover.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for it.
How many
It's
issues?
a pretty
is it
cool
on?
book.
I think it's on 4.
Issue 2 just came out.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know where I got 4.
So yeah,
Thinking of Fantastic Four.
it's not like out of this world.
That'd be 2.
But it is really cool. It's an interesting take on a superhero universe. The main character is basically hunting heroes, but it's because heroes aren't what you think. So I don't want to say too much on here because if anyone's interested in checking it out, I don't want to spoil too much. But it's an interesting. I'm just a big fan of Cates and Stegman together. I think they're a really good pair. What they were doing on Venom was top notch. That was probably the peak of Cates's Marvel career. And I know some people aren't quite interested in his indie stuff, and I haven't been either. Crossover didn't interest me. He did that vampire book. Was it like Redneck or
Redneck? Yeah.
something? I didn't care. He did that God Country book, which was okay. It was decent, but I really liked his Marvel stuff. Like you can tell, like
His
he's a
cosmic
superhero
stuff
guy,
at
like-
Marvel was really good.
cosmic stuff was really good. Yeah, like I just
Thanos and Death of the Inhumans and his Guardians run ended way too soon. I think.
way
I liked
too
his
soon.
Guardians. run.
Yeah, I've liked everything that he's done at Marvel, and I feel like he's got a really strong taste for superhero comics. You can tell he grew up as a Marvel Comics fan.
Yeah.
Like he kind of feels old school to me in the sense that that's kind of why comics used to be so great, is because these guys that were in the industry, they weren't just taking a job. They weren't just like, oh, I guess all right. Like they loved comics. John Byrne loved comics. Walt Simonson loved comics. Stan Lee loved comics. All these guys, like, and like my guy Frank Miller, like, was a massive comics fan. And so when they got into it, they brought that love and passion to the work. Donny Cates has some of that, I think, too.
Yeah.
So I really like his comic book, like his superhero stuff. Unfortunately, this is not a Marvel thing, but this could fit in. I would tell you, anyone, one of the things that reminds me of early Image, when the original 7 started with Spawn and Youngblood and all that. This book almost feels like it could fit in during that time.
Wait a minute, didn't you say it was well written?
You jerk.
Wait, Cates doesn't finish Redneck series and he's starting a new book? What?
Dude, Kate spins a lot of plates. I think that's why the last few issues of Hulk and Thor have taken so long to come out. Is because he's just
keep starting new things.
that and someone, I forgot where I heard it, but like he had some like personal issues that he was tending to as well. So that's why some of
Is his
those
wife,
issues.
Is Rednecks not over? I thought that was over.
I don't think it's over.
Undead Quinn saying is yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. What do I know?
Only a few
Yeah,
issues left.
he's only writing 2 books at Marvel.
Hulk and Thor.
Yeah.
Which both of them, I mean, neither one of them is bad. I'm actually enjoying both of them.
I already forgot what happened to Thor.
Really? The Venom crossover? You forgot?
I forgot what the reveal was.
The reveal was Venom and Thor teamed up to take down
No.
Red-
As far as Oh, the fact that it actually wasn't Edward Brock. I forgot who it was.
No, it was Eddie Brock as the King in Black, but
At the
no,
end, it was supposed to.
oh no, the big thing that happened at the end with Donald Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we thought it was Edward Brock Venom, but it turns out it wasn't him at all.
Yeah. Spoilers. Sorry, people.
The Venom part is probably why you forgot. Because
This guy.
Now this is an interesting commission. I really like Star Wars and I really like Daniel Warren Johnson, but I don't think if I were to commission him, I would have him draw Star Wars. It's weird.
That's kind of cool. I get jealous of these guys that can draw like technical things like ships and cars and stuff because I would try to doodle scenes like this, but they don't look nearly as cool.
you know what I have? Batman versus Star Wars, versus Darth Vader.
Now Batman's dying. I'm sorry.
And just seeing Batman basically beat the shit out of the.
No, I'm sorry. Vader wins that fight. Batman dies like in an instant. Vader snaps his neck. Easy.
What do you guys think, chat? Batman
chat.
or Darth Vader?
You know it's Vader. That actually looks pretty cool. I would buy a print of that.
Yeah, it does look cool. Just not
Please.
something I would think to have him commission. It's not like when I think of his artwork,
Yeah.
I don't think Star. You know.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it seems outside of his wheelhouse.
But it does look cool. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm just surprised he remembers the A-wing and the Y-wing. All Star Wars seems to remember now is the X-wing and the TIE fighter.
I like this comment. I agree. A-wing is the best wing. It's my favorite too.
No, the B-wing is the best wing.
What?
The B-wing, yeah.
No one says. No wonder you like the new Fantastic Four.
No, I'm gonna
No
bet
one
the
says
Vader
the
says.
B-wing.
The B-wings are awesome. The
No.
cool design, and they have the wings that can rotate like all around the cockpit.
Wow.
They're
He said
cool.
cockpit.
I know.
Uh,
you ever been in the cockpit of a plane before? No,
Oh, here's the
sir.
finished version of that.
Oh, that's neat.
It's pretty
The
cool.
X-wing, the X-wing coming at you like that. Oh, that's cool.
I really like his art in the black and white with the zipatone. Like,
Mhm.
That's the thing-
It does have his like explosive energy. I think it works actually really
Mariah,
well with the.
That's
space
the
battle.
thing, though. With enough time, Batman can do anything.
You cannot do anything against the Force. You can't.
Batman can wield the Force as a Jedi.
Well, according to sequel Disney Star Wars, he probably could. Before you actually had to be born with metachlorians and stuff. Now anyone can do it. Oh, that's cool too.
Gregor's like, Batman's because I'm just so basically disappointed in Star Wars right now. Let's just kill it.
Actually, Andor has been really good. I've been liking Andor a lot. The last 2 episodes were really good.
Yeah, keep your mind or.
It's kind of funny because the 2 best characters in the show are neither of them are Cassian Andor. One is Stellan Skarsgård's character, who's been dynamite, and then the other one is Andy Serkis, who has a character
Creatures
that's
that
been awesome.
nullify the Force, where Batman does, yeah.
Good call, Maranya. I forgot about those. Yeah, they're like these little slug things. You're right. I forgot about
Try
those.
asking House and Peace says, try asking a Marvel Star Wars artist to draw a ship on the spot and watch them sweat.
They were. I think
They
they
have
were
fan
in
art
the.
the trace.
They were in the Thrawn trilogy books. I think.
I said that's true. You can ask Greg Land to draw something on the spot, and he's like, "Hold on, I need to get my magazine out."
I like it, Rhaegar. I think it's probably the best Star Wars thing Disney has done in a while, live action wise, and it's definitely better than Boba Fett and Kenobi, easily.
I gotta ask though. It's Thursday night. Are you guys doing your stream tonight with Skip?
Yes,
All right.
at some point, probably
Oh,
within the
shit.
next. Yeah. Let me see. 10 minutes ago, he messaged me on Discord saying link will go out in 30 minutes. So we've got 20 minutes.
Okay, I just want to make sure, not because I'm like, I know it's getting close to 11 o'clock for Leaf, but I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, real
Hey,
quick. Did I just
guys.
read this right? That Georgia took 27,000 votes from Walker today.
I don't know.
Well, Walker didn't run it all.
And I also heard
He
that
was
Katie
constituted.
Hobbs is got a huge lead now. Shocking, I know.
Does she? Hang on.
17,000.
I'm gonna say right here, whether you're conservative or Democrat doesn't make a difference. It shouldn't take you more than one day.
She's ahead by, from what I see, it's like 20-something thousand votes.
Who, Hobbs?
Hobbs is up by
Yeah,
20.
that it's over. They're going to stop counting before the ones that would get Carrie Lake over the finish line.
But when I checked it an hour ago, it said 73% reporting in. Now here we are at over 2 hours in. It's only 75% reporting in. Like they've only increased 2%. Arizona, what are y'all doing, guys? Is that the state that doesn't recognize daylight savings time? Maybe that's part of the problem. Get on board with the rest of us.
They don't recognize time at all.
Austin P, I concur. The Thrawn trilogy is awesome. They should have done that as a movie or movie series.
Well, yeah, the important thing, you know that who's in charge of the election, of overseeing the election, Zach, in Arizona?
Yeah, she's the governor. That doesn't sound like a conflict of interest
Not
at all.
No, she's the Secretary of State.
Also doesn't sound like a conflict of interest at all.
Right, but no, she's right, but she's overseeing the election results of an election she's running in.
Yeah.
If that's not a conflict of interest,
Total
just
conflict.
imagine that if that's a Republican.
Imagine if Trump was the overseer of the presidential election. Like, no way.
So I want to bring this up here. Look at this. It's like deja vu movies. Now there's
Holland,
SpongeBob, and Constantine too. Why?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves sounded really excited about doing a sequel.
Well, pushing the character even more.
I want to see Keanu Reeves happy.
Sure, I want to see him in Berserker. That's where he's the best at being happy.
Or John Wick.
We should probably wrap this up so the kids that have another stream can get ready for it.
Yeah, I would like to recaffeinate. Although Dave Bautista for Gears of War, I do like that. That's pretty good casting. But anyway.
All right, so I just want to point out it's just really weird. What's next? Tom Holland decides to make another movie.
Uncharted 2?
No.
Yes. You want it.
No.
You want it. Slightly older. Mark Wahlberg has the mustache the whole time.
Do you know
Elena?
I want what's his name?
Nazi submarines.
Tobey Maguire and Leonardo DiCaprio in the Great Gatsby Part 2. Let's make a sequel, guys.
Pass. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night to your mother and your brother and your sister.
And your grandmother.
Who's got great gams.
But yes, if you are still going to be up for a while, be sure to head over to Twitch and check out our good friend Skipintosh's channel. In about 15-20 minutes, Mr. Ash on Comics and myself are going to be over there with them, and we're going to be retrospecting Hickman's FF run. Not Fantastic Four. We're moving into the Future Foundation. So, going to be some good stuff.
Zach lit up when he said Nazi submarines.
Yeah, that's the coolest part of the first game, was the Nazi submarine in the Amazon. That and the ghouls.
You don't get. You don't understand.
I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to bait me.
No, but and as far as CBR is not the wrong choice going there first. I go there first because I want to see what the hell they're going to say.
They've written some kind of based articles recently. I don't know how they
do not use that. Do not use that Gen Z term "base" with me, sir.
They've been kind of based, just a few, but there's been a few.
No.
All right.
But overall, yes. Like I said, if you guys like this, if you've done so, please leave a like, comment down below. Commenting actually helps us get the channel the algorithm more boosted up as far as search terms. And also check out Ash on Comics Monday nights at 11 p.m. Central, where Ash and I just talk about The Boys by Garth Ennis.
Degeneracy. What even is that book?
Degeneracy, debauchery, and delinquency.
Sacrilege, nudity, mother's milk. Mother's milk alone just blows. Like how Grant Morrison.
And inside all the hey, apart from all that, there's basically a Romeo and Juliet story going here with Huey and
sometimes they just talk about boys.
You know, sometimes we do.
Guys, I'm so disappointed. Why don't you call it cracking open a cold one with the boys? And then you open in a soda can or a beer can. Just had $1 million idea for y'all right there. Hey, by the way, that's a good book, Ash. That panel on the screen. That's a good book.
Because the show is not just about the boys. It's not really a boys show. We just happen to be the book we're reading.
I'm
I
just glad
know.
we're not. Hey,
Hey,
I'm
I
just,
got it. Boys on boys.
No, that was-
ironically, that what she was.
oh,
Yeah,
father.
that's the name of our thing where we talk about the show.
Oh, father. Oh, my God.
I'm just glad we're not calling it grooming. Good night, guys.
Remember, they also have an OnlyFans.
Fans only.
Oh, goodness gracious.